I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I want a way I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. I'll give up everything.
The venom in my brain, running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always asking for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started to outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted, created a legacy off of me just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
Oh, damn, let's get it. Crimson Desert comes out on the 16th. I'm a super fucking hyped for it. Oh, man. Oh, excuse me. Super hyped for Crimson Desert. A Vernie Thorn? What is this? Damn, that animation looks sick.
Boy.
Is this game already out? I think this game's already out. Wow, I got absolutely nothing out of that trailer. It was like a showcase more than it was a trailer. Apparently Toxic Commando is really good. Toxic Commando is supposed to be a 4-player co-op or something like that, but it's got like zombies and it's made by John Carpenter. This game's supposed to be really, really good.
Yo! Look out for the goo!
There's a glue!
Ow! Stop pulling me!
You good?
I'm not going out like this!
And now we walk away.
Yo, low-key, that's funny.
Shit. I'm getting swarmed here. I'm in the dose.
Stop hitting
That
me.
was my bad.
It's really annoying.
They're all around. They're wrecking our ride.
I think they want to drive. Hey! Whoa! Stay away! Hot!
Didn't see that coming. Should have stayed on the sidewalk.
That's ridiculous. The hell is this? Yo, look at that armor! It's moving!
Ishida, the boulder. The Nodachi isn't just for show. It is cumbersome, but the hefty blade is capable of rending much more than human flesh. You can run from a sword, but you can't run from a giant man bear-hugging you into oblivion. As there is no stopping a giant boulder rolling downhill, so there's no stopping Ishida's ironclad charge, thundering towards its singular goal. A giant in plate, with a giant heart. He stands fast so that others can be free. Stand firm by Ishida's side, in shadow of the road.
The hell is this? Okay, interesting. I wonder if that's all we get, I guess. It's on wish list only, so that's all we get for now. What else do we have? Oh, you know we gonna watch that Crimson Desert. I actually think, if I'm not mistaken, I have a thing for Crimson Desert. So we're gonna do Crimson Desert for sure. What is this? Yeah. So this probably will be an actual video that I'll post probably tomorrow. So check out Crimson Desert. I got a link. There'll be a link down in the description. Check it out. Crimson Desert, Crimson Desert. Click the link. Click the link in the description of this video when it comes out. Give me some kickback.
To take back what was stolen. So, you're finally here. You were expecting me?
Well, you Greymanes are a hard lot to kill, clawing your way back from death's door over and over. How'd you do it? Let's find out, shall we?
Yo, that Minotaur reminds me of God of War 1. That Minotaur reminds me of the one that is blocking the door to the second Carpenter's Son tomb. The one where you have to go through like the Hades challenge or whatever. When you're trying to get to Pandora's box. That's cool. What? Bro. Bro, I'm gonna play the fuck out of this game. I'm telling you right. I'm gonna play the shit out of this game. Holy crap, that's cool. You could just have a straight up jetpack. You could just have a straight up fucking jetpack. What the fuck? This is crazy! Yo, I didn't expect any of this! Look at that big ass thing, bro. This is gonna be like Elden Ring all over again. What the fuck is that thing? Is that like a falcon or something? What is this? Or a snake? Is that a snake? Like a serpent? I wonder how many different dragons you can get, or is it just the one? That's crazy, man. This game's gonna go freaking crazy. Let's do PlayStation, just to be on the safe side. I guess that's it for that. Let's move on. We got to do a couple videos. All right. So, W. Atozy, I'm kind of surprised he's covering this. So, Steam is being sued again. We covered a little bit of this, but it's because of the loot crates. It's because of the loot crates.
It's currently being sued for yet again, as it's safe to say that Valve's situation just got so much worse in the last couple of weeks after they're already hit with a $900 million lawsuit over anti-competitive pricing on Steam, because now
I didn't know that.
The company's facing yet another legal battle, but this time,
so there's two now. So there was one that's a $9 billion one. I don't know if it's billion or million, for its anti-competitive pricing, which means that nobody can compete with Steam's prices. And now it's doing and then they had a lawsuit that was going on for its loot boxes and Counter-Strike.
the lawsuit's coming from someone a little bit more serious, the New York State government. And now they're targeting something that's been a part of their business model for years. But before we get into the lawsuit itself, let's make sure that everyone's on the same page when it comes to loot boxes, because obviously loot box gets thrown around a lot. But why does New York have a problem with it? So besides Steam,
it's not necessarily that it's a loot box. It's because the skins you get in Counter-Strike you can sell for physical currency, which makes it more like gambling. That's the big issue with it.
Valve also develops games like, Dota, Team Fortress, and Counter-Strike. And Counter-Strike specifically is the main game of the center of all this. So from just playing the game, you can randomly get a loot box. But if you want to open the loot box, you have to pay for a key, which is like, I think it's like $1.90 or something like that. And inside of those boxes, you have randomized cosmetic items like, custom weapon skins or glove skins. And just to be clear, none of these skins does anything functional in the game. It's just all for cosmetic or visual purposes. So it doesn't make the game pay to win, but a lot of players do choose to collect these items. Correction, keys cost $2.50. It's been a while since I've opened a case. But essentially, the loop is you get a free box through playing, and then you spend real money on a key to open it, and then you get a randomly selected item. And most of the time, you get something that's worth less than the key. But sometimes you get something that costs a decent amount of money. So there was one skin that sold over $1 million in 2024. And the entire Counter-Strike skin market was valued at over $4 billion as of early 2025. So clearly, there is a lot of money. This is technically a $5 billion potential liability for Valve. One could call it a $5 billion problem, or one could say it's a $5 billion blessing, depending on who you ask. Up until now, it's been a blessing for Valve, and we'll get into why. Because
you'd be surprised at how many people have been able to make their living off of that. People have been able to... How's it going, Nicole? You'd be surprised to find out how many people were able to make a living off of doing this, up until Steam did an update that made it to where you can trade up lesser valued skins, like 5 lesser valued skins into like a legendary skin. People were able to make lots of money off of it.
You do have a whole economy where many players put a decent amount of their net worth into Counter-Strike items. And I mean, when you look at year-over-year returns, it's actually worked out pretty nicely for them. And I guess that's just looking aside from Valve changing how they do trade-up contracts, which is like one aspect of the game, which caused all knives in the game to drop like 40% in value overnight. But yeah, I feel like after 2020, all sorts of random markets became extremely valuable. Like you had the trading card games blew up massively, Counter-Strike items, the car market went crazy. Basically anything that was scarce and that you could collect went absolute crazy in 2020. But for those of you guys who aren't familiar with the Counter-Strike skin buy key and then open box system, it does get a little bit interesting because unlike most games, you know, with similar systems, Valve actually lets you do something with the items you win. You can trade them, you can sell them through their own platform, the Steam Community Market, and you can also sell your items and receive Steam Wallet credit where you can then spend it on other games, skins, or physical Steam products like the Steam Deck.
And then you can turn around and sell the Steam Deck and make a profit. That's clever. That's clever.
On top of that, many players also connect their Steam profiles to third-party marketplaces where skins can be sold for real money and withdrawn to a bank account. Or they could also be gambled. So there's this entire economy where these skins are worth...
There's an entire economy around these fucking skins. How is it taking this long for someone to sue them over this? It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
Money, and you can insert them into random gambling sites and then play with that currency of
I've never played Counter-Strike, so I have no idea how all this works. I'm just finding out about this as we go, and I'm finding out about it because I really like Steam.
Skin was
you know what really sucks about all this? Because of all the lawsuits Steam's taken in, I wouldn't be surprised if their prices start skyrocketing or they make like a subscription.
Now, Valve doesn't officially support these third-party websites, and they've definitely made it a whole lot harder for them since they first started building them, because before, when there was no trade bans, people would just trade items instantly, and that was like the Wild West of both third-party markets and third-party gambling sites. But back to why the $5 billion skin economy is a massive blessing for Valve, because Valve takes a 15% cut on all Steam Community Market transactions.
So it's like, let's say they win, they still have to recoup those lawyers' fees and however long this takes in court. And if they lose, oh man, let's not think about that.
So whether you win big or spend endlessly chasing something rare, they are profiting either way. And the opening animation for these cases on CS2 is a spinning wheel, like a carousel of possible rewards that
or a slot machine where you pull the lever and watch it roll.
Hands on whatever you're gonna get. And the lawsuit also specifically points out the animation even includes a near miss effect, where, you know, high value items can appear right next to the one you actually landed on. That technique has been used in casino machines for decades to create the feeling that you almost won something better. And you know this, if you've ever opened a case or watched CSGO creators open cases, you've seen people crash out at being right next to their desired outcome.
Oh my god, fy fan vad nära! Alltså
But on February 25th, 2026, New York Attorney General Lolita James filed a lawsuit against Valve in state court in Manhattan. And her argument is essentially that what Valve is running isn't a game mechanic, it's gambling. And gambling...
And the unfortunate fact is, she's right. She's absolutely right. And what makes it gambling is the fact that you can roll for the weapon, get the weapon you want, and sell it. It's that selling mechanic at the end that ties it all together. You can make physical currency off of it.
Outside of very specific circumstances is illegal under New York's constitution and penal law. And the way New York defines gambling is when someone stakes something of value on a game of chance in which they might receive something of value depending on the outcome. According to Lolita James, Valve's loot box system fits that definition exactly. You pay for a key, you open a box, and you get what is entirely determined by chance. And the items you receive can be resold for real money. So according to Lolita, per New York's legal framework, that combination makes it gambling. And the AG's investigation even included that someone converting a knife skin into actual cash by selling it on Steam Market.
And what really sucks is that Steam can't even blame out of he can't even blame players taking that and bringing it to a third-party site, because in Steam itself you can trade that skin or sell that skin and use it to buy a Steam Deck. So, like, at the end of the day, you can't even use that as the excuse.
Using the proceeds to buy a Steam Deck and reselling the console offline. And I guess that's why you can get Steam Decks sold on, like, eBay or third-party websites for cheaper than what you can on the Steam store, because I guess people are just trying to, you know, liquidate their Steam funds. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a clever workaround. But now, a significant chunk of the lawsuit focuses specifically on the younger players, because let's be for real, these online games always have the chance of teenagers and kids playing them as well.
I don't understand why we don't have online ID already. Online ID would get all these kids off the internet for the most part, and it would start the internet would start catering, gaming would start catering towards it. Like, if unless you're planning on making like a fucking, I don't know, Thomas the Tank Engine fucking game where it's like nothing but kids, a lot of these games, a lot of YouTube, like internet, everything would stop gearing shit to under 18. It'd be an entirely different fucking world, dude. Let me tell you something. A lot of these gambling bullshit lawsuits like this would be thrown right out the fucking door.
So we
gotta stop gearing all our shit up for these fucking kids, man.
Argues that exposing children to loot box mechanics introduces them to gambling behaviors at a formative part of their development. And
I don't want online ID, but with how much, like, even whenever I upload YouTube videos, like this morning I woke up, I had a video that was age restricted, and I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here with that shit. No shit, it's age restricted. I cover politics, motherfucker. What kid gives a shit about politics?
Could argue that Counter-Strike is
But I have to fucking sit there and play ball game with it, because the issue is that it restricts the viewership. It won't even show it to like over the age of 18 people. It's fucking dog shit.
For children, and that's made pretty clear on its Steam page. But I mean, I played it as a kid, and I definitely was exposed to gambling through Counter-Strike first. Now, that is through third-party gambling websites, but it's still interesting regardless. So, I mean, a lot of this should fall on the parents, as the platform itself also provides parental control tools, but it definitely does lead us to an interesting conversation to have. But in terms of what New York is actually asking for this lawsuit, there are a few things on the table. First, they want Valve to stop offering loot box systems in the state forever, and they want restitution.
Yeah, but you fix that by making it to where the government has to be the third-party site you get age verified through. That's how you fix that real quick. Like, if you are on a site and they don't offer you a specific site that is from the government itself, then just don't use the site. You would suss out even a lot of scam places too.
Paid back to every New Yorker who spent money on keys. And the biggest ask is a fine worth 3 times whatever Valve profited from these practices in New York. And that exact number, that's not public. But between key sales and marketplace commissions across one of the most populated states in the country, it's safe to say that we're talking about something in the tens of millions at the minimum, but most likely into the billion, which is why most likely Valve has $1 billion problem here. Because you're talking key sales, case sales, and marketplace transactions in the state of New York. I would not be surprised if we're in the $1 billion territory there. However, I think if this does go to trial, just like in the last video I made about a lawsuit against Valve, there are several pretty clear arguments that the company could use here. The first one being Counter-Strike's age rating and their built-in parental controls. And not only that, but the odds of every loot box item are publicly disclosed within the game. And I guess the biggest one is there's no real way to withdraw cash out of Steam. You have to go through a third-party website, like going through like eBay with the Steam Decks, or Facebook Marketplace, or a third-party like Counter-Strike skin website where you exchange your skins for crypto or something like that. But I also feel like there's a broader comparison that this does feel very close to, which, you know, is trading card games like, you know, Pokemon, Magic, sports.
And yeah, Pokemon, Magic, The Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! If you buy a pack to get a random set of cards, it's all gambling. And it's specifically gambling because you can take those cards if you get a rare one and sell it. For example, there's a Charizard worth $500,000 and you can pull it out of random packs. Yeah, it's gambling. If you pull a $500,000 Pokemon card, well, guess what? You sell the card and then you've got $500,000. It's no different than getting a poker chip and winning big at blackjack table. Come on, guys. It's fucking gambling. It's gambling.
They basically all operate in a similar fashion. You pay a fixed price, you get randomized cards. Some are worth a lot of money, but most of them are worth not that much at all. And then you have an entire secondary market built around the valuable ones. My blue eyes! And to my knowledge, nobody's suing, you know, Wizards of the Coast or the Pokemon Company for this. I guess the only difference here is that Counter-Strike and TF2 items are digital. None of that automatically means that Valve is legally in the right here, but it does explain why this debate has been running on for years without any real resolution. Because there are some genuine arguments on both sides, and the line between game mechanic and gambling can be a little blurry sometimes. And I don't know if that's just me being a little bit...
It doesn't need to be blurry. It doesn't need to be blurry. If you can buy an item for $2 and then randomly pull like a slot machine, like you're putting a quarter or a poker chip inside of a slot machine or however the fuck you use those machines, and you pull the lever and you roll all sevens and you get a whole bunch of money, that's fucking gambling. If you buy a pack for $5 and you pull a $500,000 Charizard and you sell the Charizard, well, guess what? You just fucking gambled. You gambled and won. Congratulations. It's gambling. There is no blurred lines. It's just they want to blur it so that way they can keep making money off of it. No, it's gambling. Now, if you can't sell the skins, that's a little different. But at the end of the day, it's still a form of gambling because you still get that endorphin rush from pulling the lever, from opening that crate. That's what it is. That's the whole reason why it's outlawed. It's no different than children smoking. Well, why would a child smoke? Well, to get the feeling. Duh. So why would you gamble? To get the feeling, the rush. Duh. Hello? Why are we complicating this?
Sensitized because we live in this like hyper gambling society now. I feel like after 2020, people just start gambling on everything. I mean, sports betting got way bigger than ever. Now you have prediction markets coming into play.
You have Twitch that's losing so many followers and so many people that now they've leaned into gambling as ads because they can't keep any people. I love how it used to whenever you were a Twitch or a Kick streamer, you always, like, if you were a Kick streamer, you were always told, well, they get their money from gambling. That's bad. And it's like, yeah, but Twitch uses that now. Now what's your fucking rebuttal?
Have all the, crypto meme coin speculation. Unfortunately, all of this has been very normalized in society, and it's pretty sad. But this is kind of a slippery slope because it's like, if you start regulating this, what does that mean for trading card games? Like, there's... Is it Thomas Sowell that says Sowell? Is it Thomas Sowell that says there's no real solutions, just trade-offs? I feel like that's where we are here today. But Belgium and Netherlands have moved to restrict and outright ban certain loot box systems back in 2018, classifying them as gambling under their own laws. And even more recently, in early 2025, the Federal Trade Commission went after Congosphere, the studio behind Genshin Impact.
I think this guy's a lost cause. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
And they hit them with a $20 million fine for allegedly misleading players about their actual odds of winning valuable items. So, this conversation in the gaming community has been alive for a long time. But as of right now, this is just beginning. Valve hasn't made any public statements.
What's crazy is I guarantee you that if New York wins against Valve, they're going to start going after gacha games too. They're probably going to go after like Magic the Gathering and other stuff. Like, why would you stop there? Like, if you know for a fact that you could win that shit in court.
And cases like this tend to move extremely slowly. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But the stakes here go well beyond just Valve. Because if New York wins this case, it probably wouldn't affect only the CSGO
New York would become the hub of lawsuits. It would. It would absolutely become the hub of lawsuits. And what really sucks is that even if games changed mechanics and like the packs are sold a little differently in New York, it's not going to matter because it's over time. And they're definitely not going to be able to get away from that.
How everything else similar to this works. So I guess all we can really do is wait and see what happens. But if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.
Buster. That's a flag on the play. 5-yard penalty. Unnecessary frowning. Let's try and fix that attitude now, shall
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. My apologies, sir. Check out Penguins. I miss his old title, Moist Critical. Why did he change it, man?
Shall we? There is a game that just came out a few days ago that's got everyone smiling, it seems, to the tune of over 550.
Dude, holy fuck. And that's only on Steam? Oh my god. Jesus, man. Yo, this thing is topping charts since it came out. Slay the Spire has been decimating.
1,000 concurrent players at its peak.
Jesus.
Slay the Spire 2. I've pumped about 12 hours directly into the ass of this game, and I've only just now scratched the surface. It is content rich, so much meat on the bones. And for only $22, I think it is.
That's crazy.
Let me double check. We have technology right at my fingertips. I can't remember if it's $22 or $25. And it looks like it is $25, which I think is a great deal because for the price of a single big arch burger from McDonald's, you can instead get well north of 12 hours worth of content. In 12 hours, I have only just now completed a run with the 5 main characters: Ironclad, Silent, Regent, Necrobinder, and Defect. So 12 hours, and I have completed one run with each of these 5 characters, so I've completed 5 total runs in 12 hours, which is fucking nothing. That's basically completing the tutorial for each of these characters. Like, I'm through the introduction on each of these characters, more or less.
That's crazy.
Only just now getting to my Ascensions, which, if you're not familiar with Slay the Spire, Ascension is what you do after you complete your first base run, going through the 3 acts. There is so much content. So I think it's a great price point for how much content you get. And I know I've kind of already whole hog, both cheeks out, dove into like my impressions of the game thus far. It's very positive. I think the game is extraordinary. And that's probably no surprise to any of you that follow my gaming.
Boys, I think we're in the market of the indie. I do think we're in the market of the indie at this point. Because Mugenics came out. I got a love-hate relationship with that game. But I've put 100 and like almost 50 hours into that game though so far. And like now Slay the Spire 2's coming out. Like, I don't know, dude. And then like you got Crimson Desert coming out in a couple days. I don't know the studio that made Crimson Desert, but Crimson Desert's been in development for over like what, 5 years, 6 years? So like I think it's the market of the indie.
Which all of you should be following the gaming channel.
Then you had Mega Bonk. Like, there was a bunch.
I've got numerous videos up for Slay the Spire 2. I am loving it. So I wanted to give you my review of the game after 12 hours so far, because a lot of people are seeing the headlines about how popular this game is and how much it's been, going ballistic out there and wondering, well, is the game good? Does it live up to the hype? And I'm here to tell you that, yes, I think it does live up to the hype. I really think this is something very special. If you played the first Slay the Spire, you know exactly what you're going to be getting in Slay the Spire 2, but everything is improved. The visuals, I also really like the new characters. Regent and Necrobinder, I think, are extremely fun with very, very cool mechanics. A lot of the cards have been improved. I think they've done a great job with Slay the Spire 2 across the board. There's nothing in here I think was like fumbled or lessened. I think everything has only been heightened. And
big surprise if you don't have that last second crunch, that shit that ruins most games, and you're not trying to cater to some shareholders that are investors. Big surprise you can make a game the way it's supposed to be made. Why can't we just go back to that? Why do you need millions and millions of dollars worth of sweating? Like, why does a character need to sweat? I don't need to see a character sweat, bruh. I don't care about the individual pixels that make up their fucking face whenever it's third person or first person. Oh, you made this character and you can see the sweat grains? I don't care, dude. The face is turned away from me. I see the back of their fucking head constantly. Who the fuck cares? Who cares? No one cares. Why can't you make good games, AAA? Why can't you just do it?
It's been made even better. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with Slay the Spire, I'll go ahead and lay the groundwork here, the foundation here, hit you with the foreplay. It is a deck-building roguelike game, which I know...
Oh, I make you laugh. Someone has to.
You go on Steam right now and dumpster dive, finding 40 of those bitches released over the last 2 weeks. Roguelikes have become the new wave, the new hotness, and I know everything is ham-fisted.
Fucking hate roguelikes. I fucking hate them.
Roguelike mechanics into everything, but Slay the Spire is like the OG deck building roguelike that blew up many moons ago, and
it's a cheap way to make a game with infinite possibilities. That's what it is. It's a cheap way to make a game with infinite possibilities, meaning that no matter how many times you play it, you'll never get the same playthrough.
Well, I think they carry that momentum and show why they're still like the best in the business when it comes to this genre. I really think they nail the formula, and there's just no other game I think that does it this well. I think Slay the Spire is to deck building games what boobies are to happiness. The GOAT. Now, if you know nothing about deck building games, deck building roguelikes or anything, I'll just break it down to the bare bones. You will choose a character, and each character plays vastly different from
I think the reason why I hate roguelike is because, you know, now that I think of it, most of the roguelike games that I've played are either turn-based, or they're like, let's be honest here, they're shit graphics. The graphics are fucking terrible. It's either 2D plane, or one of a roguelike that was fucking amazing that I hated and loved at the same time. There's two. I've been playing Eugenics, and it's turn-based, and let's be honest, the graphics are ass, but it's done in such a way that make it very fun. I fucking hate turn-based, so you know it's got to be good. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla. The DLC for Valhalla is really good because you don't have to fight the shit graphic mechanics. It's really good. Like Hades, I've played through Hades and I practically beat Hades. That was just infuriating. That just infuriated me. I don't know what it is. I love the art style of Hades, the original one, not the second one, not that second slot fest, but the first one. But it felt unnecessarily hard because of the graphics. You just couldn't tell what the fuck was going on half the time, and it was a bullet hell.
One another, they have access to different cards, and they utilize different mechanics. And they also have a different starting relic, and relics are something that you collect throughout your runs to try and juice your shit in order to, you know, gear your build the way you'd like it to go, or, you know, all kinds of different things. There are just so many different variations. There are so many different cards and combinations and strategies. It is just endlessly replayable. You go through Act 1, 2, and 3, killing a bunch of enemies, which will give you other cards. You'll have potions that you can utilize in the middle of combat. You'll get relics, and you will always be changing your build around. No runs ever really play the same, even if you try and do like the same thing. For example, if you're playing Necrobinder and you want to laser focus on Doom, you will never have like the same Doom run every single time because the relics will always change. The cards you get will always change. The enemies you encounter will change. It's just so fucking fun. There is just endless depth to this game, and I can easily see this being like hundreds of hours to like really min-max everything and just fully fucking complete everything this game has to offer. In Slay Spire 1, A20, Ascension 20 was like the max challenge there. I'm not deep enough into Slay the Spire 2 to know if that's still the case here. Maybe there's even more, I'm not sure. I'm trying to do most of this blind because I think it's much more enjoyable to go in there and like fully just have things, you know, fucking golden shower on top of you as fresh as they can be. So I've been really enjoying like learning everything through trial and error, discovering things. It's been so fun, and I am only just now at like the very tippity top of the surface here of how much content this game has. I'm playing it daily for multiple hours a day. It's so good.
Man, you starting early today, ain't you? We got a shit talker in chat already. We already shit talking. Where'd you go? Where'd he go? There he is. Just checking has Wade got a job yet? Just checking is. What you should be checking is your grammar. 30 plus never voted, still no job. So what's your problem? So obviously you have a problem. What's your problem? What's your dilemma? Americans who think Iran is now oh, you're a constant problem. Okay. So you're just dumb. I got it. Here. Let me put you out of my misery. There you go. Enjoy your perma.
So I truly do think Slay the Spire 2 lives up to the hype. I know this was many years in the making. It was worth the wait. $25 for this much content, I think, is a great price point. I love to see things like that. I know I glazed and commended Hollow Knight Silksong for something very similar, where you get so many hours of content for a low price compared to like AAA games where you'll pay like 70 or, Lord help us, God forbid, but unfortunately even $80 sometimes for like a 6-hour game or something, right? Like, I think this is just so refreshing. It's super nice. And also very simple. It's a game you can enjoy with your friends. Slay the Spire 2 has multiplayer. I just tried it for the first time.
I did not realize this game had multiplayer. What?
Last night with my buddy Ryan. But it has, I think, 4-player co-op.
Holy crap.
So you can have a run with your friends, too. And they scale it up, so that way it's not just like a full-blown fucking steamroll. Like, there is a challenge to it. Granted, of course, since there's more of you, there is more flexibility, so you probably will have an easier time, like if you're struggling by playing solo. I know a lot of new players have found it kind of punishing, which it is, and I appreciate that. I think it's a good thing. It doesn't hold your hand and put the training wheels on or...
No, I don't think any of the roguelikes do. That's one of the things about roguelikes is that if you want a challenge, typically they're pretty damn hard.
Clobber you with
and some of them are hard on purpose, like you're meant to die during the runs of a roguelike game. So that way you get like permanent stat ups or like unlock specific permanent cards that will, like for example in Slay the Spire, that you'll get in later playthroughs.
Boppers, it's giving you the raw, knuckle sandwich, and I think that's wonderful, and it will enable you to get better over time as you keep doing runs and figuring out better synergies and what cards work for what builds. It is just a game that I think is just a joy, start to finish. And like I said, the multiplayer is like a really nice cherry.
You're talking about Slay the Spire 2.
Because playing with friends is a lot of fun. I had a great time playing with Ryan, and I imagine it's even better playing it in a fucking 4-stack. I bet that goes ballistic. I don't have any real complaints. Like, there's nothing in the game that I was like disappointed by. I will say that there are some cards in here that are utterly useless, just pure poop ass.
Well, you can't... Okay, so if it's a card deck building games like that style, you can't just get the cards you want every time. That you have to have some kind of filler, so that way you can hinder their people's ability to just be OP as fuck every time. So I could see why.
Like, you will never take them in a run, and if you do, you will feel like an idiot for it. There are just some genuinely awful, terrible cards in here that I think could use a little, sprucing up, a little tuning on. But for the most part, I think they do a good job with all of the cards having a place and a role to serve and a function. Some cards, obviously, are much better than others, but yeah.
I think we could probably move on from this. Department of War has a YouTube channel? Huh. We got that boy, Critical Drinker. Unfortunately, the last Critical Drinker video that I did, I had to remove because the bride was, eating shit so much at the box office that they're copywriting every single clip that has their trailer in it. Everything. Copyright. So, yeah, that's fun. Check out the Drinker.
I'm genuinely excited for in 20.
We got a movie review here, boys.
26 is thinner than your average Hollywood actress since the discovery of Ozempic, but one of the standouts for me was Project Hail Mary, a science fiction adventure based on an excellent novel of the same name. It had, in theory at least, all the elements I've been craving from Hollywood in recent years. A genuinely interesting concept based on an original IP that isn't a sequel or a reboot of some dinosaur franchise from 40 years ago, a complex narrative that delves into a bit of hard science that doesn't insult the audience's intelligence.
Y'all ever seen that movie, The Martin? Or Martin? It's not Martian, it's Martin. It's got the guy that gets trapped on the moon. Why is it that, for the most part, every space movie that I've seen, released within the last, 5 or 6 years, other than Life, I'm sorry, but any movie that kills off Ryan Reynolds is just dog shit. Life is one of them. Is actually pretty good. I'm kind of surprised by that. Like, if it's solely just a space exploration movie, it's pretty good.
built around a heartwarming story of friendship and loyalty that transcends language, culture,
Well, at least
and
if it's trying to be a box office banger, you know.
even species in this case. The only question was whether co-directors Phil Lord and Chris Miller would be able to do it justice. And the answer, thank God, is yes. Project Hail Mary is one of those rare beasts these days that manages to strike the perfect balance in pretty much every respect. A big budget blockbuster that's more than just a bunch of dumb characters in big green rooms saying lines designed for trailers, allowing the story to unfold at its own pace without rushing or getting bogged down, delivering some decent action set pieces without using them as a crutch, working in a bit of levity without devolving into parody, emphasizing the importance of logic, rationality.
Yo, that's beautiful. I would be terrified to go to space,
parody,
but like I would do it
emphasizing
just
the
to get the
importance of
sights, man. Like look at that. What really sucks is that if you've ever seen the movie The First Man, you would. So like in that movie, it talks about like Neil Armstrong and him going to space for the first time, and there's this scene in the movie because it's obviously based on a real fucking events, right? So like he gets into space. And he's looking out this little window and it's just pitch black. Like it's the blackest, darkest, scariest looking, like it's like alien dark, like pitch black, no light whatsoever coming into that window. And then you start seeing the ship that he's in start to spin and spin faster and spin faster. And you can see the glow of Earth going really fast. And I was like, holy fuck, that would terrify the shit out of me. Holy, like that scene actually gave me chills. I was like, oh man, fuck that.
Logic, rationality,
like just imagine if he passed out, he'd be dead up there, bro. Fuck that, yo.
Science to overcome problems, and most importantly, never losing sight of the very human story at its core.
Oh yeah, good luck on that job interview, man. Good luck.
It's a really goddamn good movie that actually made
Best
me
of
feel
luck to
positive
you.
and optimistic by the time the credits rolled. And to explain why, allow me to furnish you with a non-spoilery plot synopsis. The movie opens cold with our main man, Dr. Ryland Grace, waking up from an induced coma aboard the spaceship, the Hail Mary, which is now light years away from Earth somehow. The rest of the crew died when their life support machines failed en route, leaving him alone with no memory of how he got there, who he is, or what he's supposed to be doing. But as his memories slowly start to return, we learn through a series of flashbacks that planet Earth is in crisis. The sun's energy is literally being consumed by a space parasite known as astrophage, and if something isn't done about it soon, the planet will freeze within a couple of generations and humanity will be wiped out. The only hope is one particular star about 11 light years from Earth, which seems to be the only one that isn't affected by the astrophage. So the Hail Mary was created to travel there using the astrophage itself as fuel, figure out what the fuck is happening, and hopefully return the data to Earth so they can replicate it in time to save the worlds.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
No
That's kind of crazy. Holy shit, what a plot.
Pressure then. Grace is just coming to terms
Emphasis on the Hail Mary. Huh.
all of this stuff when suddenly he discovers he's not alone in this solar system. Another spacecraft from another world has also arrived here, and before long, they make the first clumsy attempt to communicate with him. What follows is a slow, often humorous, but always fascinating relationship that develops between Grace and Rocky, his fellow traveler who he eventually discovers was sent here on the same mission as himself, because his own son is being consumed by the astrophage as well. And
what the fuck, dude? What is this damn thing, man? It's fucking everyone up, man. Man, it's gotta be Iran built. Has to be.
And that they're literally the only sentient beings within like 1 billion miles, the two agree to work together to find a solution. But will they uncover the secret to saving both their worlds in time? And when unforeseen disasters threaten them both, will Grace choose loyalty to his new friend or his own future? There's a lot of things to praise about Project
Why
Hail.
wouldn't you just choose both? I mean, for fuck's sake, it's affecting both their planets.
Mary, and I might as well start with the biggest and most obvious one, the friendship between Grace and Rocky, which forms the emotional heart of the story, and might be one of the best examples I can think of for how to create an empathetic but genuinely alien character that you can't help but like because he's actually well written and well developed, instead of looking like a person merged with a cat and painted blue because it's cute. He's basically a giant crab made out of stone. He doesn't even have a fucking face, but he works as a character because of a potent combination of excellent writing and great puppeteering that invests him with way more personality and likability than the entire Na'vi race combined. And I say puppeteering because that's exactly what they used here. He's actually a physical presence in the movie instead of some shitty CGI creation. He's funny, quirky and weird because he obviously doesn't understand human culture. He's highly intelligent, but in a way that functions very differently from us. But he's also
you onto something there. Astrophase does sound diabolical. That sounds crazy.
Willing
That's
to
scary.
risk his life for grace, and in a pretty heartwarming little scene, he's crushingly lonely and desperate for any kind of interaction after years spent alone.
He's kind of like that one movie that Adam Sandler made, where he's in space and he comes across that, like, spider. I don't know what that movie's called, but I've seen a couple snippets of it, and, like, the interaction with the spider is the funniest shit, dude.
Even if it's with a completely alien species. It's this universal and very human need for connection that really drives the bond between these two characters, and it lets you overcome the fact that it's basically Ryan Gosling interacting with a walking puppet. Speaking of which, in a movie that's pretty sparse on human characters, Gosling obviously has to do most of the heavy lifting here, and shit, man,
Is that a
he rises to
reference?
the occasion. Gosling obviously puppet.
Is that a reference?
Speaking of
Hold
which,
on. Let me look at that.
In a movie that's pretty
Stop moving it,
basically
dude.
Ryan Gosling interacting with a
Is
walking
that
puppet.
the,
Speaking of which, in a movie that's pretty
Is that the whatchamadoodle from Death Stranding? The little grabby hand that, like, detects the BTs or whatever? That's what that looks like. That's
basically
exactly
Ryan
what that
Gosling
looks like.
interacting with a walking puppet.
See if I can get a
Speaking of
frozen
which,
frame.
In a movie that's pretty
I can't get the frozen frame. That's what it looks like, right?
sparse on
It's
human
not me, just me.
characters, Gosling obviously has to do most of the heavy lifting here, and shit, man, he rises to the occasion pretty well. We're more used to seeing him playing stoic, quiet, brooding sort of characters, so it's a nice change of pace to watch him pull off a more verbose, high-energy kind of role. He's highly intelligent and resourceful, but he's also geeky, shit-scared, and overwhelmed by the task he's facing, and well, you can kind of understand why. He's definitely not a hero when you first meet him, and he has some very human moments of vulnerability and self-doubt, but he grows into something much stronger and better by the ends. So basically you've got two very contrasting but likeable characters with different skill sets who learn to pool their resources to overcome a seemingly impossible problem.
Well, I mean, like, let's be honest here. There's a good chance that this guy went out there knowing full well that there's a good chance he's not coming back, that only the data would be probably be the only thing that goes back. So I wouldn't even be surprised if there's not even a way for him to leave whatever he encounters out there, because they don't need him to come back. They just need the data. So there's a good chance that they're not going to tell you this, but there's a good chance that whenever they signed up for this mission, they knew they weren't coming back. Because, I mean, if you're in a coma, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're, in like stasis, I guess, because when he wakes up, he has a beard, which means he aged while he was asleep. There's a good chance that, whenever they sent these guys out there, they never intended on them returning.
I mean, it's not exactly rocket science. Oh wait, I guess it kinda is. But it's very effective, and when it's implemented properly, it's a joy to watch. You're instantly rooting for both of these characters because they've very much earned it. There's a strong theme running through Andy Weir's books about the importance of rationality, science, clear methodical thinking, and patient determination to overcome massive challenges. Just like in The Martian, where Mark Watney has to
Yes, it is The Martian. That one. That movie's so good. If you haven't seen The Martian, oh my god, I absolutely recommend this film. I went and saw it in theaters, and I didn't think much of it. I was like, whatever, I did it for somebody else. And I actually really like this film. It's really good.
The shit out of his situation, patiently solving one problem after another to keep himself alive. So Hail Mary follows the same pattern. Grace and Rocky
Man, you gotta represent the boys at home, bro.
to keep himself alive.
You gotta represent that NASA, baby!
Grace and Rocky not only have to overcome the problem of mutual communication, but also the much bigger challenges of figuring out how to stop the astrophage and how to get that information back to their home planets. Not to mention a bunch of unforeseen challenges and disasters that hit them along the way. It's a battle that's fought with hard work, creativity, experimentation and improvisation rather than some big contrived action scene. Yeah, the film does gloss over a few segments and plot points from the book that would have been too long-winded and tedious to show.
You know what's funny is that this guy is pretty much doing what Donald Trump is doing. What do we do? Wait for nukes to be built so everyone gets nuked? Or do we solve the problem now so that way the next generations will, you know, they won't have to worry?
On screen, but for the most part, it's pretty fucking faithful to the source material. And I don't know, man, it's just nice to see a big budget movie that actually credits its audience with a bit of intelligence and maturity for a change. We used to get films like this all the time, believe it or not, and I think they're long overdue a resurgence. Will you get more out of the experience if you've read the book first? Probably, but I don't think it's essential. There's more than enough here for you.
You shouldn't have to read a book to have a general understanding of whatever you're watching. If you're watching something and it's narrated so poorly that you need to read the book in order to understand what's going on, they failed. That studio has failed that director and that book. Like, no, no. You shouldn't have to read a book in order to understand a movie. That should never be a requirement.
Grapple with as an audience all by itself.
That's the whole fucking point of the movies for people that don't want to read the damn book.
Ultimately, I went into Project Hail Mary with high hopes, and for once, the film absolutely lived up to them. It's an exciting, tense, funny, heartwarming, and inspiring story of friendship, sacrifice, and loyalty set against the backdrop of an epic science fiction adventure with the highest stakes imaginable. A movie that tells its story and tells it well. And for that reason,
this kind of reminds me of that Odyssey one. It's like the Odyssey of something or another. They get on that planet that has like the time frame that it's like they land on it and then they go back up and it had been like 15 or 20 years or something crazy.
Drinker recommends from me.
They had only like landed and then they like landed on the planet and then left. And then like time had shifted by several years.
Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Go away now. W the Critical Drinker. All right, we got to get in the trenches. All right, let's get it. Okay, so apparently Iran is threatening to drone strike California. That's new. That sounds like fun, I guess.
Warning of possible Iranian drone attacks on our homeland. A new alert reviewed by ABC News revealing Iran's aspirations to conduct a...
I mean, ain't much left over there to bomb with that bitch catching on fire every couple years, but I mean, I guess.
Surprise attack specifically against unspecified targets in California. The FBI saying it's warned police departments across the Golden State now of strikes by unmanned aerial vehicles or drones as tensions rise in the Middle East. Let's get straight to our chief investigative correspondent Aaron Kontersky. Aaron, what are you learning?
We've reviewed an alert that came within the last couple of weeks, Kira, just recently from the FBI.
The last couple of weeks. So does that mean that like this had nothing to do with the war? Like I'm very confused about this. I thought this is something.
No. Interstellar's a different movie. Different movie. Interstellar is I don't remember specifically. But I think Interstellar's that one with that guy and that girl. That's a different movie. Interstellar. No? Is it Interstellar? No, maybe it is Interstellar. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe I'm wrong. Huh. Maybe it is Interstellar. Maybe you're right. It's got like the farmhouse or whatever. Or like the bookcase where he's on the other side and he's trapped or whatever. Maybe that is Interstellar.
That developed very recently, but apparently it happened a couple of weeks ago.
To law enforcement agencies up and down the California coastline, warning that Iran is aspiring now to...
What the hell's the name of that one where it's got the guy and the girl, and he wakes her up because I think his pod fucked up or something, and they're like in space and they're going to a planet to like colonize it? But, like, his pod gets fucked up and he wakes her up because he's got, like, a mega crush on her or whatever, that weird-ass movie. That one was weird.
Launch some kind of a retaliatory attack on the U.S. mainland using drones.
I think they
on
will.
The West Coast.
Or they'll try to, at least.
The alert that we reviewed said an uncorroborated...
Honestly, my expectation is that Iran has probably tried to do something like this multiple times in the past, but they've just never succeeded.
I
don't think this is the first time.
Unidentified
Like, logically, why would
Mexican
you expect
cartel
that?
leaders had authorized attacks using drones carrying explosives, so they know that capability exists.
Yeah.
And this separate alert that we've reviewed, Kira, says that Iran has those same kinds of
Passengers.
No, this is 3 hours ago.
That's the movie. It's Passengers. That's the movie. But that's not the one I was talking about. I thought Interstellar was this movie, but Passengers is the one that I'm thinking of. But the one I was referencing with the planet that did that weird funky shit was Interstellar. I thought Interstellar was Passengers. Okay, we're clear now.
So the U.S. has broadly known.
I think that they're showing that. Yeah, okay.
For some time, that drones could be deployed against the homeland. We know that Iran has been using it significantly in this 12-day-old war with the United States. That's what killed the first 6 U.S. service members in this war. But now the FBI is specifically warning
think a shooter
police
was Iran?
agencies
I
in
didn't see that.
California along the Pacific coastline that Iran is aspiring to use them to attack in the West.
So why California? Why the West?
Why not? I mean, look at what they did to the areas around Iran. They completely bombed the shit out of neutral people. Of course they're going to try to target us. Why wouldn't they? Like, what do you mean why? What? What kind of question is that?
Question.
Because it's the closest to the, like, I mean, realistically, I would assume the reason
I didn't even think that she was, I didn't think that that's what she meant. But yeah, it's the closest to Iran. I genuinely didn't think that she was.
Is that they could launch them from some island that's closer nearby, and they could send them over more easily. I mean, that's probably the reason why.
I guarantee you what's going to happen. Don't quote me on this, but they probably already have sleeper cells in California and probably all over the U.S. So what they're most likely going to do is they're going to activate a sleeper cell and tell them to make some drones. And the terrorists are going to be like, you're going to bomb California. And the sleeper cell in California is going to activate, and then they're going to bomb something, and it's a terror tactic. They're not sending over somebody, they're activating people that are here to make it seem like they're sending people over. That's what they're doing. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're sending people over. It could be, for example, a tactic to make you think that America's being invaded. So if Iran, and this could be another thing, these people have mastered the war on terror. They have. If you're going to make it seem like America's being invaded from Iran, well, what would make the most sense? Well, the closest place. So what better than activate sleeper cells, get them to bomb some targets, and then start pushing forward through the U.S.? I mean, like, duh. It's obvious. Now, the real question is are they going to be able to actually pull it off? That's the real question. With the FBI going crazy all over the country right now, finding a bunch of sleeper cells to try and prevent this, it's just a matter of if they can get these people in time, you know?
California is like one of the biggest cities. Like, I mean, New York is harder to hit because it's not on a coastline. Like, they're probably going to do it from the sea. So if they can send in these little vessels from the sea, I mean, I would say California is probably the most substantial thing that they could hit to be terrorists, right?
Iran. What? Iran. What the hell's wrong with you, man? Tell me you're not pro-American, huh? Jesus. That's crazy. Have you even said anything else in chat? That's crazy. It's logical that he was at the floor energy. Idiot. Oh, you're just a professional moron. Okay. You're just one of those guys. I got you. Here. Let me help you.
I mean, duh.
That's not exactly
California's a city?
clear, but perhaps there's thought that Iran has these things pre-positioned on ships that are still
England
in
is my
international
city?
waters or that could float through international waters. We know that we've previously reported, Kira, on Iran's desire to perhaps activate sleeper cells in the United States, although
they're already trying. It's just a shame that the people they're trying to activate are fucking idiots.
certainly far from
well, it's not a shame. It's a good thing.
far
Did I
from
say that?
anything
Did I say that?
operational as
I'm
far as
sorry.
law
I didn't mean to say
enforcement
that.
knows. It's not clear
It's a
why
good thing that
the
they're
West
fucking
Coast
idiots.
as opposed to the East Coast, but that's what the alert from the FBI says.
I really say that.
All right,
that's
Aaron,
weird.
I think
That just
also
kind of came out.
California is the most prosperous and the most economically like powerful country in like the U.S. And so it has like the highest GDP and like the highest like economic level. So that's also, it's also the most populated too. So like, I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious that's where.
Well, it was. I'm sure most of them are fucking homeless now.
Going to attack country, guys. Listen,
Just start up the next wildfire. I mean, I'm sure that it'll fix itself, right? Just start up the next wildfire. I mean, how you gonna get over those mountains with all that fire going on, bruh?
I say the wrong.
It's kind of crazy because on that side of the continent, if we just light the forest on fire and we're being invaded, we just automatically win.
I say the wrong words. That's what happens. I do.
Just wait for them to get in the middle of the California forest and then just light that bitch on fire.
Constantly. Okay? So you're going to have to get used to it. It's a state. I know. It's really bad.
We'll stay on top of it. Thank you
You've got to
so
keep
much.
in mind that, like, I'm reading messages, I'm thinking about something else, I'm watching this video, I'm going to have misfires, okay? And there's going to be a lot of them. So get used to it, guys. Get used to it. Let's see if there's any more about this, too. And I'll see if there's any other examples.
An ABC News exclusive.
thanks
The
for the
FBI warning police departments across California that Iran could retaliate against the West Coast. This would allegedly be done
dyslexia. I
using
just
drone
say different
technology.
words.
ABC News has reviewed the alert from the end of February, and the alert said Iran planned to conduct a surprise attack using unmanned aerial vehicles.
BLM? What the fuck? BLM? See, that's how you know these motherfuckers are propaganda pushers. They don't even understand anything. Where the fuck do you get BLM? You do realize that Black Lives Matter was a movement for, that fucking schizo that was waving a gun at a pregnant lady? How did you even come to that? How'd that happen, guy? You don't even understand. What is that title? That Black Lives Matter was in fucking Minnesota, guy. That's like the middle of the fucking country. California's on the far left. What you talking about? How'd you even come to that? Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, what? God damn it. Does BLM burn, loot, and murder have to do with this? Sorry, I didn't mean to ban you. My apologies, Jeff F. Hinson. Where is... Sorry about that. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this. Sorry about that. Wrong person. Brain running on slow right now.
Specifically against California in the event.
I think if this happens, people are going to say that it's a false flag, by the way. Even if it's not a false flag, I think people are going to say that's what's happening, right? I don't know whether it will be or not, but... Hassan, even. Very difficult for me to read this as anything but a potential false flag setup, I'm not going to lie. I don't know. I mean, even if it's not, it's pretty easy to tell that Iran would want to bomb the U.S. if they...
It seems like Iran is just... So far, there have been some bomb threats. There was only one actual attempt from what I've seen so far. Now how it's been in the past 24 hours, I don't know. Because usually whenever I get off, I really don't pay that much attention to it because I'm trying to fucking get these videos up. But, like, from what I've seen, the 2 airport like bomb threats have been threats and not much else. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're just so like foobar over there in the Middle East that they are grasping at whatever they can get. And I genuinely don't think they understand how America's structure works when it comes to its military and its like people here at home. The military acts independently, and the government, for the most part, acts independently from the FBI and local forces here on American soil. So them threatening a drone strike here isn't going to make the United States Navy turn tail and come back. It's not. Like, no amount of threatening the homeland is going to make the bombing stop. It is going to continue.
Could. I feel
Remember,
like
boys, you get a missile, and you get a missile, and you get a missile. Everyone gets a missile.
Obvious.
This cargo ship from Thailand on fire. Officials now say 3 crew members are missing, 32 rescued. Several cargo ships in the strait hit by unknown projectiles, according to the British Maritime Authority, Iran claiming responsibility for 2 of those strikes. The strait...
I mean, I hate to break it to you, but if someone tries to invade America from Mexico into Texas, you fucked up. I have 3 firearms within... Like, I pull out my tray with my keyboard, and there's a gun loaded with the slide locked, ready to go. I don't think you understand that trying to invade through Texas is a bad idea. I know people with 50 caliber BMGs. I don't, or at least I did. He's dead now because he died of old age, but still, I don't think you understand that trying to invade through Texas is probably the stupidest fucking place you can do it. Like, you have Texas connected to Mexico. Like, the safest place would probably be through Canada. Honestly. It would most likely be through Canada. Because in California, we could just set the forest on fire. It would be like them trying to invade Russia during winter. It just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. And then you've got the mountains coming in from New York. You've got, like, big-ass mountains. There's no fucking way. Like, it would make trying to make a land invasion through, like, New York damn near impossible with tanks. And then, like, the only place, because it's like a V straight to Texas, it would be like a funnel into Texas. It would. Like, I don't think you understand the geographics of America and how fucked it is. And then if you end up in, like, Kansas, you're gonna get fucking hit with, like, 7 tornadoes because those bastards down there don't know how to grow trees. So, like...
Critical passageway for the world's oil supply, now essentially closed.
This is one of the pressure points that Iran knew he could use to really force the United States potentially to stop the conflict. They can do this successfully, they're going to stop 20% of the world's
would we even need a false flag?
There are
the reason why, so this is the idea, is that the government would use the false flag.
I mean, even if they managed to bomb something in California, these people tried to bomb the tallest building in Dubai for like a week and they finally hit it. Do you really genuinely think these people are going to be able to do this successfully? Like, the FBI would be on these people like flies on shit so quick they wouldn't know what to do with them. Whenever the Boston bombings hit, they shut down Boston. They had people rolling up the streets with tanks and military personnel. You understand that we have the National Guard here. So, like, we have the Army and the Navy over there, but we always have the National Guard here. We have National Guard members that get free rent. They're on, like, not selective leave, but they're on, like, temporary leave most of the year. But they're still National Guard because they get free rent. So they show up every weekend and they work out and they do their thing. They go through their boot camp and they're still National Guard. They're ready for deployment at any second. In every single corner of every single part of the country. You just because you can threaten us doesn't mean anything. It just doesn't. I mean, look at what happened with the Twin Towers and the Boston bombings. The FBI had done a full recreation of that entire scene in a matter of 24 hours. Like, no, dude, it doesn't matter how much you threaten us. At the end of the day, there's too many people that are willing to do what it takes for this to be over with. We're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing it for the future generations that are going to have to deal with this crazy-ass regime.
As a justification to send troops into Iran. I think that's what they're saying. That's the argument, at least. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm just saying, like, that's what they were saying.
The flow of oil. The U.S. releasing a new video this morning of strikes
like Pearl Harbor.
Iranian
Yeah, just like Pearl
ships,
Harbor.
saying it's destroyed 16 mine-laying vessels near the strait. The U.S.
So the theory with the strait and them dropping the mines in that canal is they're trying to cut off some supplies that are going to be coming that go to the Navy ships there. Like, and it also cuts off the supply line with China and the oil. But the thing is that they've already bombed the shit out of those boats that were dropping the mines. And if China was going to get involved, let's be honest here, they probably would have already done that.
You got to keep in mind, too, like the U.S. didn't enter World War II until the end of 1941 because Pearl Harbor was December 7th, 1941. And World War II started in 1939, you know, whenever Hitler took over Poland.
As American forces have struck more
so, like, it was already going on basically for like 2 or 3 years.
Inside Iran since the war
How's it
began.
going, guys? How's it going?
11 days ago. U.S. Central Command giving an update this morning.
Every day, we're striking.
Thanks for the lucky clover and 4 jewels. I don't know what the fuck that is, man. But thanks for it. I don't know. What is this? Pathetic moron. You do know you can just type that out, right? You do realize that? You can just type this out? You don't have to do this? I mean, you're going to get permit either way, but, like, you can just type it out. No, that's how many American patriots, but let's real invasion. We're talking about a terrorist attack that could be committed with a little as 5 people. Weakest argument will always be to join the fight. Hope. No, I wouldn't blow it off either. But they should just realize by now that trying to terrorize America just isn't working. They've tried this for decades. It's not going to work. It never has.
And drones.
The human cost playing out too. In Tehran, thousands gathering in the streets for officials killed in some of the first strikes of the war. Now, to ease some of those concerns, dozens of countries are preparing for the largest release of oil from the strategic reserves ever.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do in order to keep the oil prices lower, obviously, so the terrorists don't effectively create some sort of economic pressure to have people want to let up on them. And I think that's very clearly what's happening. I mean, I'm not
So, here's the deal with the war. There is a good chance, so Congress still has to approve this. Trump has 60 days. He has 60 days to get approval from Congress to stay where he's at in the Iraq war. Just keep in mind that even if Trump is forced to withdraw the troops because he doesn't get approval from Congress, Israel is going to continue to bomb the fuck out of them. And there's a good chance that there's a lot of money that can still be made from this, because we could sell Israel missiles and they can just continue to bomb the shit out of them until it's over. So don't panic if in 60 days or less, America pulls its forces back and ended up in Cuba, okay? Just keep in mind that it's probably because he didn't get approval from Congress. Will it last 60 days? I'm going to be honest, I don't know. Because from everything that I'm hearing, it doesn't really sound like there's much of a force left to surrender. It just doesn't.
Entirely sure, but that's where things are going to me. And so, and they've also been doing more of these. Look at this here. Here we go. It's already said the Mexican cartels are responsible for supplying drones to Iran to attack California. Well, I didn't hear that at all. That's the first time I'm ever hearing it in any capacity. So you make it sound as if the U.S. only entered because of World War II, because of Pearl Harbor. My understanding of it, and I'm not a World War II historian.
I think that's the only reason why we entered. I mean, we were pretty late dragging our feet with a lot of shit, and I think World War I and World War II were definitely those feet dragging moments for sure. But you notice that the minute we got in, for the most part, that shit was cleaned up quick.
But basically, Pearl Harbor gave the necessary and sufficient impetus, because after World War I, the U.S. wanted to be a lot more isolationist, and a lot of people in America didn't want to get involved in World War II. And whenever Pearl Harbor happened, I think that, what was it? I feel like, wasn't it Winston Churchill that said that, after Pearl Harbor happened, that they said they won the war because they knew America would come and fight?
You know what's crazy? In Pearl Harbor, I want y'all to let this sink in. In Pearl Harbor, they decimated the naval and the aircrafts that we had, and we still managed to get a few fleets out there that were running on fumes when they dropped a lot of those bombs. And they still, a lot of them are dead because they got captured and killed, but a lot of them ended up coming back. So, that mission, hardcore, was insane. The mission to drop those atomic bombs was insane. The Japanese, they just didn't know what the fuck hit them, bro. I think it was Japan, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Japan. So, it kind of, set into motion everything that you need, because you realize that a lot of the Japanese that we had fought, they lived by they would seppuku themselves if they lost ground. Their generals would do themselves in. So these guys would literally give that's why you had kamikaze pilots. They gave their lives to the emperor, right? We managed to scare these people so bad with those bombs, they surrendered. And now they're probably one of our best allies. That's how bad we scared them with those atomic bombs. Let that sink in. These guys would do themselves in if they were losing ground on the battlefield. They would take grenades and they would unlatch them and they would run at American soldiers. That's how crazy these guys were.
It galvanized the U.S. population? Yeah, it did. Pearl Harbor was the push? Yeah. Definitely, maybe the U.S. would have gotten involved later on. Who knows? But, Pearl Harbor definitely set it in motion. Historian here, you're correct. It was the trigger. Yeah, that's my understanding of it, right? But I could be wrong. And I'm sure it's probably, it's multifaceted like everything is.
And now to Operation Epic Fury, the U.S. pounding Iranian warships as the regime retaliates against its neighbors across the region.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yanks joins us live from Tel Aviv with the latest. Good morning, Trey.
They're already involved? They provide resources?
Yeah, Lawrence, good morning.
I think so, yeah.
It was another sleepless night here in Tel Aviv as air raid sirens blared across the city 4 separate times.
Pearl Harbor's a false flag? No, Pearl Harbor was a strike on America that galvanized Americans into being willing to engage in a foreign war. That's what the comparison. The false flag part was just a coincidence.
Bomb shelters, many missiles intercepted overhead as the Israelis and the Americans continue to degrade the Iranian regime and their ability to launch these types of attacks against Israel and regional Gulf countries. We have some aftermath inside of Iran showing you some of the damage, not only around the capital of Tehran, but other areas. There is a concerted effort by the Americans and the Israelis to degrade Iran's ability to respond with attacks, including ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and drones. Now, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke today about the ongoing success of this operation.
IRS, interesting that Iran is under W regime, just as America now is. What the hell does that even mean, man? What regime is America under? What does that even mean? This comment is confusing, bruh. They are no longer a USA ally based on trade wars and tariffs. Vile people, Asman and Wade, the children dead, more normal folk dead than others vile. Why are they going to war again? Wasn't he supposed to be in the new wars? President FFS? What the fuck are you even talking about, man? What the hell are you even talking about? You crazy. Half this shit doesn't even make any fucking sense. It's like so vague that I can't even interpret what the fuck you're saying.
We are in a campaign against a cruel enemy
your
that wants to
medicine, dude.
destroy us.
You need to take your medicine.
Nuclear and ballistic capabilities in Operation Rising Lion. Afterwards, instead of learning the lesson, they tried to redevelop them and bury them deep underground in such a way that we can no longer target them.
The Israelis are looking east. They're also looking north at the Iran-backed Lebanese militant group.
You know what's crazy? So something kind of like I've been thinking about this all day and night. Because whenever I said, you know, the Ayatollah, enjoy that missile up your ass, rotten hell, right? And someone was in my comments yesterday that I saw, I should have pulled them up, was like, you could never, how could you wish death on somebody? Do you feel the same way about Hitler? And then I thought about it, right? I thought about this yesterday. I thought about this all fucking day yesterday because it was really eating at me. I don't know why. I usually don't give a fuck. But then I thought about it more. And I was like, you know, I bet Hitler would blush if he knew exactly how many people by proxy the Ayatollah had killed. Because you realize that the Nazi regime was only around for a few years. The Ayatollah has been around for 47 years. Think about how many people this man has either contributed to or killed himself. Think about that. Like, I've heard stories that they used, like, in their religion, if you, something to do with, you know, if a virgin does the deed, they don't go to heaven, they go to hell, right? So they would, like, R the women in prison and then kill them. And it's like, what the fuck? That's crazy shit. How could you possibly support that? And then they like openly celebrate underage marriage to boot. Like, it's crazy how you could possibly support that regime. They're fucking crazy, dude. Like, it's no wonder why the Iranian people don't want anything. And then, like, now even yesterday, I wasn't able to get around to the video, but they had already made another announcement that, like, IRGC and the local police were already making announcements in Iran saying that they would kill any counter protesters, that they need to stay indoors. It's crazy, dude. Like, how? I bet Hitler would probably be blushing right now.
Hezbollah, some new strikes there overnight targeting individuals linked not only to Hezbollah but also the IRGC. We know that according to the IDF, they have moved a brigade, the Golani Brigade that was inside Gaza, to the northern border in preparation for more offensive actions against Hezbollah. A top spokesperson for the Israeli military talking about...
I could see Israel, like, sending ground troops into Lebanon.
But where I was going with that is, like, how could you say you don't advocate for the death? Like, if the minute you say, like, a Nazi, people... online have been claiming that, you know, a lot of the America First people were Nazis, and now I've seen, like, a huge dial back on that, and it's for obvious reasons. It's because whenever you're just calling people this name, it doesn't mean anything. The name has no more meaning. So it's like, but you don't want to advocate for the death of anybody, but you call them Nazis so you can dehumanize them and make it okay for something to happen to them. Like, where did, like, It's a hypocrisy. It is. They're too busy trying to chase their own tail with their own their own, like, virtue signaling ideologies that they don't even realize they're chasing their own tail.
Really see that happening.
It's crazy.
If Lebanon doesn't try to get Hezbollah under control, I think that's where things might go.
About this operation.
In recent days, we have identified that Hezbollah is trying to increase the firing towards northern communities and expand the range of fire to additional areas in the country. Hezbollah is taking heavy blows. We are deepening the damage to its capabilities with each passing day and increasing the pressure on it.
Do you think Iran
We're tracking a lot of developments here, not just from Lebanon, but also in Iran this week. There were pro-regime demonstrations. You can see people here chanting in support of Mojtaba Khamenei, the new supreme leader of Iran. What you're not seeing in the streets of Iran right now is the anti-regime demonstrations, because there is...
Why not?
I wonder why. It's a mystery, isn't it?
Real concern about another crackdown against those civilians. We know earlier...
It's because it's illegal, and they said on state TV that they will kill you if you protest against them. Wow. There's nobody out there protesting against the regime. Yeah, because they'd get killed. Duh.
This year, an estimated 32,000 people were killed in those protests. Guys?
Well, Trey, what did Netanyahu mean when he said to the Iranian people, in the coming days...
So just milk, because that looks like what you're just trying to say. Who's the war criminals? You criticize Iran, yet you stand by 2 war criminals. You need to look at credible sources before making rumors. I'm not making rumors. But how is it that... Who's the war criminals? I'm confused. I'm very, very curious. Who's the war criminals? Well, I mean, vague posting isn't exactly being forward, so, like, no, it's not obvious. Inform us. Inform us who's the war criminal. We want to know. Like, we all want to know. I mean, if you're getting pulled up and you feel so strongly about it, then why are you trying to hide it? Just say it. Whoops, hold on. The fuck is BB? Oh, you mean Israel? Well, it's funny that you say that, because didn't Israel, the whole reason why the Iron Dome exists is because Iran just couldn't stop bombing the fuck out of them, so they had to make it? And I think that it's funny that you call these 2 people war criminals whenever the regime that ruled over Iran for 47 years openly killed 32,000 people when they protested, and they've been helping fund terrorists all over the Middle East for years. So much so that Iranian people are starving and dying of thirst because they're not getting any of the money they're working for. It's all being taken from them and giving to terrorist regimes. So who's really the war criminal here? Think about how much money America has spent trying to solve this issue, and how many years America has spent losing U.S. troops to this issue. Like 47 of them. 47 years we've been dealing with this. 47. And you know what's crazy is Trump tried to make a deal with that guy. He did. He tried for days, tried for almost 2 weeks. Guy refused to come to the table. He refused to come to the table. Big surprised, he got a missile shoved up his ass. Maybe next time they'll wheel and deal.
The coming days will bring opportunity to free yourselves.
Fuck Israel.
Like, you want to call Trump a war criminal. You want to call Israel a war criminal. These guys trying to bomb buildings using drones in Dubai, they literally launched so many missiles at people around them that were neutral to Iran that are now wanting to get a piece of them. Who the fuck? Who's the real war criminal here? At least we're not bombing people that didn't deserve it. Shit.
Attacking civilians in Beirut, not military? Well, they're attacking a paramilitary force that's posing as civilians, and they're using civilian infrastructure to shoot rockets and do military actions against Israel. I think that if you're criticizing Israel for bombing Hezbollah, you should actually be criticizing Hezbollah for using civilians as human shields. They're the ones that are the terrorists that are indiscriminately launching missiles over to Israel with no sort of reasoning whatsoever other than just shooting them over there. It's ridiculous.
Working on some reporting on this specific topic right now, but there are clearly things going on behind the scenes that indicate the Americans and the Israelis want to empower the Iranian civilians who are against this brutal regime to go to the streets once again. We don't know exactly when that will happen.
If all they bombed was military bases in those countries, then why are the governments of those regimes advocating for this now? You do realize that these guys fucked up so hard, the IRGC fucked up so bad that America could leave right now and the countries around them would get involved. You understand that what they did to the geopolitical powers around them by bombing them alienated them. They went from neutral to aggressive towards them. Everyone wants a piece of Iran now because of what they did to the surrounding areas. You understand that, right? Even Iraq wants a piece of them. You fucked up if you got Iraq wanting a piece of you, man. Like, but an act of war is bombing somebody. I mean, let's be honest here. But you do realize that just because you think you can get away with having a proxy terrorism, like groups, that's still an act of war. You do realize that, right? Just because you have somebody that's quote unquote the supreme leader that is sending terrorist regimes money to destabilize governments around them, that's still an act of war, right? It's just a different version of the definition. Sounds to me like you mauled out because you got caught. That's what it sounds like. That's genuinely what it sounds like. Bro, as Middle Eastern, you have zero knowledge. Oh, man. Oh, darn, he got banned. Oh, just saying that somebody has no knowledge, it doesn't really help anything, does it?
Or if the conditions will remain
another emotional
in a way
argument
that would allow them to go to the streets and not...
I love that. I love that. It's wrong. You didn't do it right. You didn't drop that can. It never happened. But I just dropped... No, it never happened. It doesn't... Nope. That's the mentality. How do you don't argue with that mentality. You purge it. Bye-bye.
Be killed by security forces.
Can't use them as shields and then cry when they die. Exactly. Well, that's the strategy.
Yes, sir. This is the reason why you have schools next to military bases. Why else would you have a school where children go next to a military base in a country that feeds terrorism?
Another emotional
argument. In a way
argument
that would allow them to go to the streets and not be killed by security forces. But
can't use them as shields and then cry when they die. Exactly. Well, that's the strategy they use, is that they use these people as human shields, and then whenever they get hit and these people die, then they act like victims, and a bunch of stupid Westerners believe that we're going around slaughtering civilians, when meanwhile they're the ones that are slaughtering their own civilians, and whenever they're not slaughtering their own civilians, they're trying to kill the civilians in other countries, and they're using their own civilians as shields from any sort of repercussions from it.
Based. Look at that. Isn't it a beautiful thing? It's almost like I just said that. Huh.
As a result of Operation Epic Fury, many of the people responsible for the crackdown on protesters have been taken out, and the besieged forces and
I love that. Hold on. We got somebody that thinks they know something in chat. Now we got to get this. Oh, I've been waiting for it all morning. I'm so happy. You're the first moron I'm going to pull up. You're the first one I'm going to pull up. Well, the first one I'm going to pull up and ask a question. Hold on. Your president grapes kids, dude, chill. Yeah, he's nothing about region. No, they actually hate the U.S. So is that directed towards Trump? I would assume that's directed towards Trump. But you've been vocal for a little bit now, so there shouldn't be a reason for you to type, right? I would assume that's directed towards Trump. But let's find out. Or is that towards Trump? I certainly hope it's not. Oh, he's quiet now. What happened? Did you roach out on me? Now tell me you roached out on me. Damn, that sucks. He roached out, I guess. So, if he was referring to Trump, you should know that the Iranian regime believes in underage marriage, and it's openly celebrated. So whenever I see something like this, it blows my mind because you either don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because you can't even use this as an argument, because we don't know if Trump would, like, he's in the files 35,000 times or however bullshit, but there's nothing condemning yet that we know of. So we can't really make that connection, but we do know that in Iran, they openly celebrate child marriage. It's openly celebrated. So, like, if you're gonna make a comment, at least have some general information on what the hell you're saying, because this is not a defense. I'm gonna ban you because you roached out and you didn't answer. Go take your pills and have a good day.
RGC headquarters in Tehran
Obviously,
have been destroyed in this operation, and so these heavy blows will continue to be inflicted on the Iranian regime, and we can expect an increase in strikes throughout the day today and even into tonight.
Trey, you're reporting that you started off with when it comes to that brigade that was on the Gaza border from Israel. Is that a ground force that's making its way?
Yes, it is, Lawrence. It's a.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
That's new. That's definitely new. Holy shit.
See, I don't know why Trump just doesn't let the Kurds go in there and clean up these streets, man. Seriously.
I agree, but how's it different when it comes to Gaza? I have no idea. I mean, if you want me to be honest, the Palestine-Gaza argument, like, I don't, it's not relevant or important.
Oh, man. Every time I look over at the comments, I just see another one. Bro. I just can't, and I can't not address it. You gotta weed them out when they pop in. You just gotta weed them out when they pop in. Where's it at? It was a purple name. I don't know where it went. Where'd it go? Is it this guy? Is it you? I know it was a purple name. Got immunity from Epstein. But you're making accusations. That's defamation. If you don't have any actual proof, what you're saying is defamation. If you lived in America, you would know that that's defamation. Defamation. That's what that is. And that's a good way to get fucking sued. It's all alleged. And here it is, right here. Patrick Shaw. LOL, the U.S. is losing the war. So, where are you consuming your media that America is losing this war? Because I'm curious. I'm very curious. Where are you hearing that information from? I need to know. I gotta know. Obviously, I'm misinformed. So you should tell me where you got that information. So that way you can inform the rest of us. I mean, clearly, you've been vocal about it. I mean, we know since America's losing the war, I wanna know, where you got that information from. Maybe I can get like some like breaking news out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly, something that the FBI and the Fox News and MSNBC, CNN, you know something that no one else does. I mean, like, where'd you get that information? I mean, surely you have some actual proof to back that, right? No, it's defamation anytime you say something that is not real and you get on social media and you start spreading rumors like this. It's defamation. That's what it is. If you're saying something that is not true and people pick up on that and they start saying it, they're going to trace the source and it's going to come back and it's going to be you and you're going to be charged with defamation. That's what it is. You can get sued for doing that. I guess he roached out. Another one, huh? I love how these people just spread misinformation, and then the minute you hold them accountable, they just fucking flee like rats. Like, it's like you turn the lights on and the roaches scatter. You know what I'm saying? It's not in America. In America. Da, 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 da. Where's it at? No, nothing. You're not gonna address the whole, like, what about where are you getting this information? Like, I don't really care about the whole defamation thing. I don't really care about that, but where's this information? No, nothing? Oh shit, whoops. No? Nothing? Okay. Well, we're just gonna ban you. Hide user. Iran, we win. Well, if you winning, then why aren't you winning? Why aren't you winning?
Important to me who's right or who's wrong. I just feel bad for the people that are in Gaza that are getting killed. That's really about it. I'm not trying to argue about who's right and who's wrong in that conflict. It's a Middle Eastern war that's been going on for decades, if not hundreds of years, and I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Ground force, the Golani
It's really
Brigade
the truth.
was...
Oh man, I ain't never gonna get through this video, am I? Ah, damn, bruh. Okay, I'm avoiding your comments. Alright. What am I avoiding? Well, whatever you said in this, it's bad enough that YouTube stopped it. I agree, it isn't a war, it's an annihilation. This is more like a conflict than a war. Look at this creature. That's what we're doing? You can't attack the argument, so you're just going to attack me? That'll really help out your cause. You know? That's great. That's crazy. Huh. America has into occupy and murder. I can't even engage with this because I've already I've already, but you don't want to talk about the genocide that happened with 32,000 people getting slaughtered when they turned off the internet. You don't want to talk about all the terrorist attacks that have happened on Americans like for 47 years. You're just gonna go with that, huh? Man. Jeez. We really got to turn off the internet for stupid people.
One of the, you could describe them as the tip of the spear for the Israelis when they were entering on the ground to fight Hamas inside Gaza. We met many of these soldiers throughout the course of the war, and they are trained ground fighters. They have the ability to go into Lebanon deeper if the Israelis make that decision. Right now, we know there are tanks and troops deployed in southern Lebanon. Over the weekend, 2 Israeli soldiers were actually killed by Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. I didn't even know that.
Well, we got another person that has insider information on what's going on, guys. Gonna keep lying, little boy? Well, that's crazy, because I'm 31 years old. I just turned 31 in January. Gonna keep lying, little boy. Well, where's your source? Republicans clearly can't think we're losing? Who's this we're? Where's your information? Do you have any information? Do you have a site? Do you have anything? Any kind of fucking information to prove what you're saying is true? That America is losing. Do you have any? Do you have a site? Do you have a YouTube video? Do you have a fucking social media thing? Like, where are you getting this information? Where is this information coming from? I keep asking you people this, but I keep getting either a roach out where no one is talking, or be honest and go, bro, get real. The fuck are you talking about, guy? But you're not even answering the question. It's the same bullshit with all the people that are pulled up. Like, none of you guys have a single good argument. I want, like, a good turn-based PvP battle. And you guys are just so fucking stupid that you can't even come up with a good, like, argument. It's just so brain dead, man. Oh, Lord. Obviously not that. Like, I love how you're just like, you bring up, like, you try to, like, get people just a little bit informed, and then you have that one person in the back of the room that's going, no! 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 And you're just like, sir, do you have something to say? No! And then shut the fuck up, dude.
Difficult terrain to operate in. Wow. But again, an indication of why they are moving the Golden Brigade, a brigade that has this fighting experience.
So, Trey, a little bit of analysis and mixing with reporting with this question. Why do you think the Arab Gulf states, I just saw today, Saudi Arabia stops ballistic missiles aimed at Prince Sultan Air Base. We saw the UAE been targeted again yesterday. At what point
how dare you trust the social media and a person that's covered it since day one? How dare you, you fucking liar! Come on, guys. Jesus fucking Christ.
Standing up for themselves and hitting back.
Okay, well, what's your source? Ooh! Come on.
Do you think the U.S. and Israeli forces would like them to do that?
Fuck!
This is another great question, and I want to be careful with my reporting here. I'm also working on a story about this, but there are conversations happening behind the scenes about possible involvement of Gulf states. They understand they're taking a massive amount of ballistic missile fire and drone attacks against not...
I'm actually surprised that more countries haven't started helping, like bombing Iran. I feel like it's very obvious where the problem is.
I guarantee you the reason why they haven't been helping bomb Iran, it's a lot like the Kurds trying to invade, is that Trump and Israel doesn't want them to invade because they could be caught in the crossfire and inadvertently cause a war with another country. So it looks like it's Israel and America running the show, and the other forces want to make sure they don't step on anyone's toes, so they're waiting to get word if they're allowed to. Because you have to realize that there's a good chance that if one of those countries bombs a city and a lot of people end up getting killed, that America's going to turn on them. We have been tactically striking their military targets since this has started. We don't want to hurt the Iranian people. We want to take out this regime. We want to take out their military. Don't want to hurt the civilians. That's not our goal. It's more about the IRGC and their military. That's what we're aiming for. And if you have these other countries just throwing missiles everywhere, well, you're going to run into a lot of fucking problems.
Is coming from. Like, when you have Iran that's funding terrorism all around the world, and they're also bombing everybody constantly, same. I think also one of the reasons why is they're afraid of, like, kind of repercussions and, like, Iran bombing them. That's probably the main reason. But I do, like, I think that Europe should be helping us a lot more than they are. That's my opinion. I think it's embarrassing that they're not. And I think that for places like in the UK, I think the reason why they're not.
You know, I agree with that comment. But I have a counter argument to that. It says here, people that think war is only about attrition would say we're winning, but changing the way people think and live is more difficult. I agree with that. My counter argument to that is that whenever we fought Japan, they had kamikaze pilots, people that are willing to die for the emperor. They threw all that shit out the window when we dropped 2 atomic bombs on them, and it vaporized their families, and all they saw left was the shadows. You can easily advocate for a regime to be, I want to die for my emperor. Okay. The emperor is willing to die for his cause. Okay. But how many emperors are you willing to go through before the next emperor says, I'm not willing to die? That's the mentality that we're running with. If you can change a group like Japan, you can change anyone in the world. They got so fucking scared of America, they're one of our greatest allies now.
Not is they're trying not to alienate their radical Islamic people that live in the country already, which I think is just embarrassing. It's pathetic.
Just U.S. military targets in their countries, but also the civilian population there. And so certainly this is a consideration. I've also been talking with Gulf sources.
You have to keep in mind that happened almost 50 or 60 years ago. You realize that we have bombs now that will make those bombs look like a fucking firecracker. Even Russia has bombs that will make those look like a fucking firecracker. We are going so easy on this place, it's not even funny. We have fucking lasers on our gunships now. There was a video circulating yesterday of some kind of weird new, like, weapon that lit up the night sky like the sun was rising. We don't even know what the fuck that is, but we're using it.
And they say there is a red line. We're trying to understand what that red line is as these attacks unfold. But the fact that we're seeing drone attacks and missile attacks against cities like Doha, Abu Dhabi, and Dubai, these are areas where international tourists go. We know there were thousands of Americans.
Well, you have to realize that American technology is beyond Fallout now. There's a good chance that we have bombs that split the atom that don't leave radiation. I've heard hearsay that we have bombs that no longer leave radiation and are 5 times stronger than any it's like the Tazar bomb that Russia dropped. I believe it. I do.
Citizens earlier in this war that had just been vacationing there. These are countries that are not used to taking this type of incoming fire. Very different from Israel.
It's brutal.
And so those conversations are taking place and considerations
And I think that's the reason why they're not doing it. It's because they don't have the same infrastructure to repel attacks.
Underway about more involvement.
That's actually the main reason
not just
why.
Defensive, but also offensive capabilities.
It would be a game changer.
Yeah, I know. And you know what I thought about? We interviewed someone, was it the lady we interviewed? She was stuck, she was an American, she was stuck in Dubai. And I instantly thought, like, these drone attacks are happening where a lot of Americans are not able to leave. Have the Americans who have wanted to get out, have they been allowed to get out now?
I feel like they have been. So
yeah, absolutely. Tens of thousands of Americans have been able to leave the Middle East as a result
I got the fuck out. The other ones besides that, like places like in Europe, etc.
Down. Also, there have been 100.
They are considered cheap but deadly underwater weapons
let's
designed
move on
to.
For this one, we got a bunch more to cover. Lots to cover. Sorry, 10:07. Jesus fuck. So this is what the mentality is for a lot of these people that are online now. It's this suicidal empathy. This the same thing that ended up getting Kirk killed and the assassination attempts on Trump. It's this mentality of getting in someone's comments, getting in the discords, and this violent rhetoric that is being gassed up by these echo chambers that leads to these people going out and actually, harming people. I don't understand how the FBI hasn't completely cracked down on this yet. I don't understand it. The FBI should completely obliterate this and put these people in jail if you're online advocating for the death of people, period.
Sitting mere feet away from Konstantin Kisin during his debate with Destiny. When you hear what he has to say, it is scary to think how this could have gone.
I was like fucking locked onto his eyes, and he kept like glancing down at me and then like breaking eye contact. Because I fucking hate the guy. I was just like, I wanted to kill him.
I stumbled upon this stream when I was just trying to research and understand the opposing view, and I was shocked by some of the things this guy was saying. Keep in mind, this guy was sitting in Konstantin's eye line.
Stick around. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So sub to the channel, hit the like button on the stream. It helps the channel, helps the views, it helps all that good stuff. Sub. I can't promise that I'm going to pop back up into the YouTube's graceful algorithm the next time I go live. So please like the videos. Please. And also join the membership. It helps out too. But you don't have to. If you join the membership, you can get a nice exclusive emotes.
I think he got distracted by that and didn't pay attention to a single thing. What I think that.
Yes, it is just talk, but there is something more disturbing beneath the surface here.
Okay.
He's openly talking about wanting
It stops becoming talk when you're in front of a group of people and you're openly advocating for this. It's no, like if you're in front of a group of people even the size of a stadium, one of those people could be so mentally unstable that they go and do what you're saying because for whatever reason it makes sense to them. You cannot, like, these people hold power and they don't even realize they do.
Assassinate Konstantin. This could have gone very differently. He even has a box cutter or X-Acto knife.
I should have done. Stanley Blades just fucking sprinted up onto the stage, slash Konstantin in the fucking jugular.
But he wants to kill him.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
And it's like I was saying whenever we had the Minneapolis riots, if these people could kill you and get away with it, they would. They would. They absolutely would. What's holding them back is they don't have enough people that are willing to, I guess, kamikaze. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. It's a good thing.
They're all thinking the same thing.
What the hell is wrong with them?
No one seems to be bothered by this because it has become so commonplace.
Yeah.
He knows he can do this. YouTube's not going to do anything.
Done. Sorted. Prison forever on the one hand. Prison forever on the one hand. And then I should have gone. Then I should have gone woke jihad. Woke jihad. I should have gone for the white race or something. I don't know.
The thing is that I think that there's a lot of people who have intrusive thoughts like that, but it's very different when you have a person verbalizing them inside of a community that is telling them that their intrusive thoughts are good. I think that's a massive, massive difference.
Say, oh, okay, well, he just worded that poorly. It's just
On camera. That's why these people are crashing the fuck out. That's why they ended up hurting people, is because they're seething so hard, and the United States government allows these people to go onto Discord, go onto Reddit, go onto social media, and leave, like, death threats. Like, even on my TikTok, I've gotten 2 pictures of one being Charlie Kirk and another being a lady with a red dot on her fucking face, right? I wonder what that could be. Who knows what that could be, right? Clearly. No. They're being allowed to do this. They're being allowed to go onto these platforms, and no one's stopping this. So it's continuing to escalate to the point where you got people on stream now saying shit. Like, from what I understand, this guy did get banned. He did get suspended or removed from YouTube. But why wasn't it done proactively? Why was it a reaction to the backlash? Like, dude, I don't even show a firearm on stream and I get my shit taken down. What the fuck? Like, hello?
He takes this much farther.
Wait,
then
what?
He gets into, based on what happened to Charlie Kirk, this is what I have learned when it comes to how to kill conservatives.
No, I feel like my genuine psychopath thought that I've learned from the Charlie Kirk killing is if you are going to assassinate a political target, then try to reduce the gore as much as possible so
Why?
people can't sympathize with the bastard who's getting it. So you'd have to go up with like a cape and like cover him in a cape and do it cleanly under there, you know, like a
What, like a Reaper ult in Overwatch? Like, what? What are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. It's so stupid.
like an abattoir.
So he's literally openly talking about assassinating political targets here. So the question is, well, why? That's what I wanted
Because
to
he's
understand.
mad,
That's
doesn't
why
like
I
him.
Take the time to
That's
even look
pretty
at
obvious.
these streams.
It's all like dog whistling. We need to secure a future for the white people.
Yeah.
He makes it very clear. His belief is Constantine is a racist.
And all it is appealing or dog whistling to the stupidest voters, like the dumbest 10% of people.
Yeah.
Who happen to be racist as well. Stick up for racism.
But then he talks about the real problem here is the weak white culture of the UK.
We simply don't have the white people stepping up and educating themselves in the right kinds of ways because of culture issues, I guess. Because of the
And you know what definitely won't help? Is you sitting there with an X-Acto, or not an X-Acto knife, a box cutter, talking about harming a political opponent. That's the quickest way to make sure people don't want anything to do with you.
White culture.
He is the very thing he thinks he is fighting against.
Yeah.
His entire analysis of
This is the hyper-moralization of politics. They dehumanize their opponents so they're able to morally justify violence against them.
There it is. That's why you had people saying Nazi constantly to people. Constantly, you had people calling each other Nazis online. Constantly. You had them doing it to Elon. You had them doing it to Trump. You have everyone calling everyone fascists. It's the dehumanization of people. So that way, if they get killed, they were never human to begin with, right? That's the mentality.
I think that that's also a really big component to it, but I think that this is happening all over the internet. Like, somewhere along the line, it became acceptable to effectively, send death threats. And there's never really any consequences for this anymore, which is what I think is really so surprising. Like, you would expect to see somebody like this that, like they get banned or, they have, like, I mean, in my opinion, I think people like this need to be put in a mental institution. Like, you can't have a functioning society with people that are advocating to kill everybody else that they disagree with. You just can't, you can't have that. Like, I mean, and again, like, the thing is that it's built on this premise that these people will.
You see people, you see Trump doing this with a lot of people lately. Like who? Like who? Three-letter agent. It is narcissistic and psychopathic tendencies without having actual narcissistic psychopathic tendencies. Testing lasers in Afghanistan wars, 2003, 2005. Yeah, right there. So, no false freedom. You can't say that because they lock you up. Well, they obviously haven't. You can't say that. Man, I'd be... sounded so dumb during so what if my president sounded so dumb during his press conferences? That's interesting. So that means that you're not an American. So is this propaganda pushing? Is this more fake media that you're trying to spread? All land is technically stolen as well as Ireland. You do realize that no one gives a fuck about that? You do realize that, right? That's the most brain dead thing that anyone's ever had to say for this whatever the fuck you're advocating for. That's the stupidest fucking thing. You know what matters is that back whenever the Native Americans were fighting each other for their land, and the what is now known as the Americans gave them biological tools like sheets covered in smallpox, so that way they could take out their competition and guns. We took over the tribe that won. And guess whose land it is now? Well, last time I checked, it was America. Like that, there's a reason why no one's talking about that anymore. Imagine going to a country unrelated to your ancestors and wanting to change the values. You do realize that the Iranians don't want the values of the Iran regime, right? That they pretty much took over those people. That's why 32,000 people were slaughtered whenever they decided to protest their government. You do understand that, right? So degenerated. So what, you've resorted to names now that your arguments are falling through. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's cool. That's real cool. So is that all you got? I mean, in America and the West, the Middle East too. I mean, where do you think all the land came from? Like a bunch of colonizers. Are you just gonna keep You know what? We're just gonna ban you because you're fucking stupid. You're just you're too stupid to allow to be in the chat.
Will never act on this behavior. Most of them won't.
What? He attacked my arguments? Vague post time! No. Bye.
But do you want to live next to one of these people? Do you want one of these people to be feeling that way about you? I don't think that they do.
You know what colonization looks like? Colonization looks like somebody like Ilhan Omar who becomes a political congressman who got her upbringing in a state where this is all alleged, by the way, but this is the truth. She did get her seat from a state that was filled with a bunch of some illegal Somali immigrants that were committing daycare fraud and taking the daycare fraud money and sending it to terrorist regimes overseas. And it's odd to me how she's now advocating for the defunding of the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security. You don't think that's a form of colonization, my guy? I see a big fat fucking not good situation going on there.
Intrusive thoughts does this to someone? I think everybody has intrusive thoughts, but the problem is that a person who's willing to verbalize them and then talk about them and then legitimize them in front of an audience of people while they're broadcasting it, that's a person who has a profound lack of decision-making capabilities. Like, their decision-making is impaired. And I think that's really what's happening here.
By the way, y'all in the comments, y'all can eat these people alive too if y'all want. Just don't call them names. Do the same thing I'm doing. Do an @ and then do their name and then ask them questions. Y'all could do the same thing. That's the whole reason why a lot of these people ain't even getting banned. We got to disenfranchise these people. We got to make sure that what they're getting is the truth. Maybe if enough of these people get curious enough, they'll start trying to look up some of this information. So y'all in the comments that are advocating, y'all got the same mindset. Ask them questions. You'll find out for yourself if you can even converse with some of these people. A lot of them, if you haven't noticed, a lot of these people just been roaching the fuck out. The lights are on, they scatter. Some of them just go straight, like the minute you take their argument and you poke holes in it, they immediately fall apart and start attacking you. We gotta rat these people out. We gotta pull them up out, man. Don't call them names. Attack their argument. Don't attack them. Don't give them that satisfaction. Attack their argument.
And that's what makes them dangerous.
You'll see how quick a lot of these people roach the fuck out.
Ideas are absolutely mischaracterized. Yeah, exactly. He's not contending with them at all. And then he uses those ideas as his justification.
Based on these fucking ideas.
Yeah.
Definition of colonization. The act of establishing control over a foreign territory, land, or area, usually involving the settlement of people and exploration of resources. Well, there you go. Look at that. What was going on in Minneapolis was a form of fucking colonization. You know why? They're taking welfare, fucktard. They're taking homes, fucktard. They're advocating for their own political opponents, fucktard. Do you need more definitions? Thanks for the $3, by the way. Thank you. You hope I get drafted? I mean, that's whatever. I'll still like it. Thanks for the money. But
for me to vote for the Green candidate, you retard piece of shit, Constantine. I fuck like slap, mug, you mug.
What the thing?
How is it colonization? What the fuck? You know what? Hold on. I got something for you. I got something just for you. I keep in the back pocket. I have this specifically for people like you. I have this for you. Keep in mind. That's the wrong thing. Hold on. Playlist. I have this for people that are just like you. You should be proud to be who you are. And you know why? Because if you're in America, you have the right to have that difference of opinion. But here's what I think.
Someone I know who doesn't believe we went to the moon. So I said, what kind of evidence would convince you? He said, images of the landing site of the Apollo missions. So I said, okay, here's a website where we sent an orbiter to the moon so that it was close enough, because ground-based telescopes, they don't have the resolution to see the landing sites. But if you get close enough to the moon, you can. It photographed the entire surface of the moon, and there were the landing sites, and you saw the rover tracks, the base for the lunar module. That night, he went home and found it. Then he came back and says, NASA could have faked that. Well, I'm done with you. We have no more to talk about. Because he's not ready to be convinced.
Yeah? Does that make sense for you? Is that good enough for you? I guess I'm done with you. We have no more to talk about. You asked for proof. I gave you proof. I've literally defined it. Gave examples of how it's literally the same fucking shit. But you don't... No? Nothing?
This provides us a window into this mentality.
By the way, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I love Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Into the psychology of people like this. It's important to understand. It's important to see.
We hadn't also at the same time.
It's not complicated. They just want to attack people and kill people that they disagree with. It's real.
There it is. There's no amount of like, and I'm gonna like now that I'm able to start pulling people up, you're gonna be seeing a lot of this. You're gonna be seeing a lot of this, a lot of it. So like I said, don't attack them. You don't have to. Just attack their argument. They'll leave on their own.
Really not complicated at all. It's super simple.
Had the doctrine.
A lot of this would be much easier to manage if I got on that stage, grab his fucking lapels, right, flip in, and fucking hip on, bang, right over. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about right over my hip. Constantine's right over.
I didn't say do as I say. I didn't say do as I do. I said do as I say. This is my channel. That's your warning, by the way. If I want to call someone a name, I'll do it on my channel. This is if you live in America, it is a democracy. But if you're on my channel, it's a dictatorship. Okay? I'll do what I want. And whenever I say to do something, that means do it. This is not an argument. This is a do as I say, don't do as I do. And if you have trouble understanding that, you're not going to be around here for very long. I promise you. Yeah, that's right, guys. Hit that sub button. Hit that sub button. Okay. Thanks for the money. Okay, bye. Man, you gotta love it, dude. Hey, hit that sub button, guys. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. We got a channel membership. You can join the channel membership.
Over my head, I've got this fucking lapel.
You can get exclusive emotes. It's good shit, man.
Even if you disagree with Constantine, how could what he's
We're
saying...
here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11:30. Please show up. If you don't worry. The stream will always be up. There will never be a time unless I get a community guideline strike where the stream will be taken down. Okay? So if you miss the stream, don't stress. It'll always be up. And I do all the editing myself. I always clip out the videos, the good ones, and I'll always upload them later on throughout the day. So don't stress about it.
Set you this much.
Because they're mentally ill. The people that behave this way are not mental. Like
these people would kill you if they could. If they could get away with it, they'd kill you. That's what I'm trying to drill home with a lot of these people. Is that these people that go into your comments and they threaten you, they're a few steps away from either doing it themselves or gassing up somebody to do it for them. If they could kill you, they'd have done it already. 100%. Like, there is no reason why you should be going in anyone's comments and threatening them. That's crazy. That's something that a very mentally ill person would do.
You can't treat them the same as you would treat a reasonable person. This person is not reasonable. You can't reason a person out of a position they didn't reason themselves into. So you can't explain and rationalize why this person is doing something because there's no rationality to begin with. This is like, well, why?
It all goes back to the Neil deGrasse Tyson video. There it is. You're not going to ration with these people. You're not going to, show them some light that they don't want to see the light. You can bring a dog to water, but you can't make the fucker drink. It's the same difference. You can show them, but unless they get curious enough to see what you're saying is true, they're just going to sit there and do whatever they're doing. They're never going to change. It's not necessarily their fault. They could be brainwashed by a lot of fake media. Who knows? They could just, I don't know. I don't know what causes this. I don't. But I do know that for the most part, you're never going to change these people's opinion. All you can do is bring it up, poke holes in it, and hope that maybe you'll get some sort of a breakthrough to them so that way they get a little bit curious to figure it out themselves instead of just allowing people to baby bird this information into their mouth so they can baby bird it back. Like, that's where we're at.
Pitbull attack the baby. It's a fucking dog.
I mean, you can see it all you want in Super Chat. I don't care. As long as you're not threatening anybody.
You're right. By the lapels, fucking hoof.
Yeah.
Right, I'm talking bang. And his whole body just goes, bosh, into the fucking woods.
Just don't threaten anybody, man. You could have a difference of opinion, but the minute you start, like, insulting somebody or you start, like, really being just a pain in the ass and you get called out in chat, man, you're going to get cooked. So, like, if you want to do that, that's fine. You can have a difference of opinion. That's what I want. I want y'all to talk to each other. But the minute y'all just start calling each other's names, then somebody's got to go.
Saying.
People will claim this guy doesn't have a massive reputation, okay? But we see these same ideas reflected at a higher level.
Well, the thing is that violence and the
reason for that is because you know that if you come across some of these people on the street out in the wild, they're going to try to attack you. They are. They're going to try to attack you. They're going to be like, oh, I'm going to beat the shit out of you, and they're going to start trying to attack you. That's what they do. But here in the comments, it's a safe place. They can't do that here. They have to fall back on their argument. And the minute they start calling people names, you know that in the wild, they would have attacked you. Then it's time for you to go.
Of violence has been completely normalized. And I think the best example you can use for that is you can look at the Tesla bombings. And you can even see now, like, look at the amount of people that, like, that Thailand ship, right? Like, there was the one that got attacked in the Strait of Hormuz. Look at how many leftists did not condemn Iran for attacking a ship that had nothing to do with the war.
What did the hippos do?
These were civilians on a civilian ship carrying, as far as I know, either no supplies or civilian supplies. And the ship is not correlated or associated at all with either one of the parties that are in the conflict.
I typically don't watch. Let me tell you why I don't. I usually, if I watch a legacy media channel, it'll be Fox or whatever closely aligns with what I'm currently talking about. Because if I were to, let's say, use MSNBC or CNN, and CNN has an unfortunate history of having to, take back some of their articles because it's dog shit. They have a higher tendency to try to copy strike me. And copy strike is not a copyright. Copy strike is them trying to suppress a channel that openly opposes them. It's a form of oppression. So I typically don't, if CNN posts something that more aligns with what I'm talking about, I'd start watching CNN. Same thing with any other media broadcaster. But so far, Fox is the only one that is more hitting the nail on the head and being more direct and less vague for political reasons. And I kind of appreciate that. In fact, Fox News, other than Asman and myself, were the only other people talking about the Iran genocide. Asman talked about it first. I watched Asmongold talked about it, and then Fox News, probably because of, the media and the internet talking about it, picked up on it and were the first people that I saw that talked about the genocide. So,
with any sort of a basic moral compass, should be able to look at that and say, yeah, I don't think that you should be supporting that. That's really bad that Iran attacked the ship. They don't do that. And why is that?
I think I've seen a little bit of Channel 5, actually.
It's because they agree with what's happening. That's the reason why.
Just yesterday, I stumbled on a stream where Destiny's head moderator is trying to talk to Destiny because he is concerned, because he has seen too many calls for violence in their Discord server, and he's beginning to worry that people aren't actually joking.
You see, if you have your moderators telling you that there's too many calls to violence in any platform that you're running with thousands of people, and you're openly ignoring it, and something happens, you need to be charged with, in that, because you enabled that. You did. You enabled that.
Destiny referred to it as kind of school shooter vibes going on, as far as how people are talking in a way that makes people think that not just radical and I'm so tired of people saying well, Trump did radicalize me. You should be radical under Trump. I'm talking about radical as in gonna cause violence.
It's not, yeah, exactly. Trump doesn't make you shoot up a random peaceful protester. It doesn't make you, advocate for killing people.
It's their way of justifying what they're doing. That's what it is.
Systematically. It's just crazy. That's just people excusing their behavior, looking for something that's going to give them a moral out.
In a way that isn't what everybody thinks it is, kind of way. And I know your argument is well, people like Trump and things like that, they can say this stuff openly and
I don't know. I don't know if I like Trump yet. I mean, I keep hearing a big game, but I don't see the prices at the store going down. I mean, the Iran war was going to happen regardless of if it was us or another country. It should have happened. I guarantee you if America didn't step in, Israel would be bombing the shit out of them all the same. Would be. That's just how it is. They're a problem for everyone over in the Middle East. The issue is, because I'm 31 and I've never voted. I'm tired of being handed two shit opponents and saying pick the lesser of two evils. No, I don't want that. I want to pick the person that's going to help American people. I don't give a fuck about these ideology politics. I don't give a fuck about all this other shit. Border control is a good thing, because if you don't control your borders and you have all these people being hemorrhaged into your country, and all they do is apply for welfare and they don't get a job and pay back into the tax system, well, then you're going to run out of welfare, and then you're going to have people that are handicapped that can't work out there trying to find a fucking job. And how does that help anybody? It helps nobody. I think that's a good start, but until I start seeing the cost of living go down, I mean, I'm still going to remain skeptical.
I completely understand that argument.
I want somebody to run on universal basic income. I want somebody to run on universal basic health care. I want somebody to run on, keeping the borders closed. I want somebody to run on, being more aggressive than what they're doing right now with ICE. These are the things I want. I want more welfare programs that help out Americans and disabled people. I want, to be able to go to a fucking hospital and not have to worry about getting a fucking rag put into me through surgery by an accident. I want more representation for the American people, not less.
My argument is that people aren't taking this serious, and if they are taking it serious and they are meaning the words that they're saying and they're not joking, that is the problem.
Well, the thing is also that they're also advocating for Trump to get put in jail, and these are people advocating to shoot Trump and stuff like that. So it's not like there's even any sort of consistency with them either.
And these are also the same people that advocated for Charlie Kirk's kids to get killed too. Like these people are nasty people. They're like these people in nature. They would have been naturally selected already. Like nature would have done its thing. In like the older days, they would have been lobotomized. They would be in an institution. They're crazy.
They're also advocating for violence against the people that they disagree with anyway. So the real problem is that, and I don't even think this has anything to do with death.
Okay, so that means that you have gotten a hold of over 3,000. So you got a hold of the unredacted 3,000 or 6,000 Epstein files. So where is it? Where is it in the Epstein files that Trump is mentioned doing any wrong, other than just being in the Epstein files? Clearly, you have proof to back this statement up, right? You have a site somewhere, truly? Yeah? Because if not, that's defamation. That's defamation, by the way. If you're wondering, that's a form of defamation, what you're saying here. So you must have proof, right? But there's no Epstein file that says that Trump did any wrongdoings yet. So what part of Google are you digging in that you're finding that Trump hurt a child? Where are you digging? What site? You have like a specific site? You have a news article? A video maybe? I don't know. Anything other than Google? You saw that? Bro was like, let me redact that. I don't know what it said, but he was like, nope, I'm going to take that back. No? Actually, hold on. It's not moving because my cursor's over it. Sorry. You're trying to back Trump up. Well, you're just going to get banned because that means you haven't been listening. There's no point in even trying to converse with you because you're just that stupid you can't listen. Where'd it go? And... Oh, that's adorable. I hate you too. Thanks. Butterbud is convicted. That is false. Cope harder. I mean, the only person I see coping is this, but he keep defending a pedoph. He hasn't been condemned or mentioned in the files in a way that condemns him. I mean, if there were, you don't think that there'd be more people advocating for it? It's crazy. Okay, bye. Like a bunch of children, it's all about feelings. We don't want to have any evidence. The evidence is there. I just can't show any. I know, right? I promise the evidence is there. It's there somewhere. Just dig harder. Like, come on, guys. Lord have mercy, man. And I'm the one that's coping? Come on. We're going to move on from this. We got other stuff we got to cover, and it's getting fucking late already, dude. That's crazy. All right.
Supposedly, some of these comments are as a result of the attempt against Mayor Mamdani in New York. Who
There's an attempt against him?
Was raised Muslim, was he not? Himself? Yeah.
Last time I checked, it was towards a group of people and police officers. It was against protesters. I mean, if the guy wanted to hit Mamdani's house, he wouldn't have stopped in the middle of the street where there was a protest with police officers and tossed it right in front of him. I mean, let's take a step back and realize what we're saying.
So they're being anti-Muslim and they're finally defending Mamdani over something.
To be clear, the attack wasn't on Mayor Mamdani. It was on people's protest.
It was at his house. Oh my God.
It was attacking protesters, people protesting Mamdani.
Right by his house.
It wasn't to frame it as an anti-Muslim attack would actually completely reverse what happened. Someone who
I'm
shouted
not saying that it was
Allah Akbar
anti-Muslim.
through
I'm saying that they're
bomb.
She's saying that she's implying that it was an attack against him and it was at his house.
I agree with that. Pam Bondi needs to take her head out of her ass or go to jail. We need the full unredacted. Look here. If Trump was involved in those files, and it is very condemning, we should bring back public executions and crucifixions and put it on the White House lawn. I don't give a fuck what anyone has done for America. If you in there doing some nasty shit in them files, man, your day has come. That's just all there is to it. But I'm not going to condemn an innocent man until we have some cold, hard facts. Once we get those facts, then we going to play ball.
She's trying to frame it as an aggression against him or his residents. That's how she's trying to frame it. Everybody knows that.
That didn't go off at the protesters.
They're trying to spin this as much as possible. This is the reason why I said the only way that you can deal with these people is to just completely oppress them and then just beat them down. That's the only way you can deal with them. You can never deal with them in the, like, basically, I think a lot of right-wing people make the mistake of trying to debate and reason with a person like this. There is no reason that you can't debate and reason with a person like this. All you can do is consolidate power and work in every single best interest that you can to remove any ability for them to have influence over anything.
And that's what we do here in chat, boys. Stick around Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to noon. Stick around. Sub to the channel. Hit that like button. That's what we do here in chat. If you got a problem with something that somebody's saying, call their ass out. Poke holes in their conversation. Do the same thing I'm doing. Just don't call them names.
That's the thing that you should be doing.
Don't threaten them either.
The moment that you try to even talk to them, you're making a mistake. The only thing you do is you go after them as aggressively as possible, and then eventually they don't have any power anymore. It's a wild take. No, it's not. I mean, like, I'll pull you up about this.
It's the truth. It's the way they should be acting, but instead they're turning to aggression because they know that their arguments are built on false foundations. That's the reason why they're turning to aggression, is because, like, the minute that they realize that the person that is talking or knows what they're talking about knows that they're full of shit and they don't actually know what the fuck they're talking about and they're just going with the flow, they immediately turn to aggression, calling you names, attacking your character, doing whatever they can to disenfranchise you. That's what they turn to. They can't attack the argument, so they attack you personally.
And I'll listen to what you're saying here.
They try to make you scared to talk about it. But whenever you're in public and you sitting there yelling at somebody because they have a Trump hat on, all you do is you turn people that aren't radicals into somebody that's not willing to vote at all, and you lose voters because of that. You lose people that are willing to act like you. They may agree with what you're saying. They may be angry too, but they're not willing to sit there and yell at somebody with a Trump hat. They're not willing to associate themselves with somebody doing that because of fear they're losing their job. It could be a family member. They could end up alienating that family member or friend even. Whenever you do that, what you do is you force people to turn to the silent majority. They're never going to oppress you face to face, but the minute they get a chance to vote, they're going to vote for what they actually think. And that's why Trump won. That's why Trump won. It was the silent majority of people that were scared of you and what would happen if you got into power that turned them to vote against you. The more you advocate for violence and you try to disenfranchise instead of just attacking the argument, the more people are going to turn tail against you because they're scared of you. If you don't handle your radicals, you become defined by your radicals. And that's what they don't seem to understand.
Who's trying to reframe a terrorist attack where a Muslim threw a nail bomb into a crowd of peaceful protesters as an attack on a Muslim. Do you think that there is ever any universe where you can find common ground with a person like that?
No.
And I'm asking you, like, this is a genuine question. Like, how can you possibly find common ground with a person that's trying to reframe a terrorist attack as being an attack on the person who is actually the terrorist? How does that work? Like, do you actually think that you can have a civil discourse with them? Do you think that you can, like, you know, come together and, you know, listen to them and they'll hear your point of view? And if you come up and you present a better argument, they're going to hear it and then change their point of view?
No.
Like, I mean, you don't really believe this, do you? I mean, I don't see how anybody can fall.
Remember, it only took us 20 years in Afghanistan to replace the Taliban with the Taliban. If it's not working now, it's never going to work. It's the same thing with us sending all these foreign countries money so they can help their people when all they're doing is taking it like Iran did to buy missiles and try to make nukes and fund terrorism. They're never going to help the people because their government's corrupt. They're just going to keep taking that money and doing whatever they want with it. If you've been paying a country or you've been trying to fight a war for 30 years and nothing has come out of it that is remotely good, it's time to stop and come up with a new tactic. It is. Oh, but they're going to go thirsty. Well, they're already going thirsty. Where's the money going? Obviously, the money's not going where it needs to go, or else they'd have wells popped up all over Africa. Where's the money going? How come it is that Mr. Beast has to go to Africa and pop up schools and give them water, and you got the people that are supposed to be helping them getting mad? They getting mad because their little business that they made for themselves is starting to hemorrhage money, and the government's going to cut that off because they realizing that these people aren't getting what they need because they're not putting the money where it's supposed to go. That's why they getting mad. Fuck that shit.
Into such a naive trap. It's very obvious that's the case. I saw people in non-political Twitch chats spin this narrative too. It's extremely dangerous that the average person believes entirely false narratives. It is. And that's why, again, you can absolutely hear out their thoughts. If you want to shut down any conversation, that's wild. Why should you hear out a person that you know is lying?
Exactly. Why? It's like, if you've ever talked, like, I've had this happen in my life once. I was at, it was like a school thing that one of my exes is a teacher. We went there, and one of the kids' boyfriend, I guess, was out of high school, right? And he walks up and he starts talking to, because she was a science teacher. He started talking to her, and then he started talking about the fucking flat earth. And her dad was there too. It was the funniest fucking thing, because he's old, dude. He's an older guy, like, and he's funny as fuck too. I'm not gonna lie, the dude is funny. And he couldn't understand what this kid was saying, right? And I looked at him and I go, he's talking about flat earth. And he goes, oh. And he turns and walks away. We all walked away from him, right? It's that mentality of, if you are that person that's like, well, the earth is flat, you're not going to convince that person of anything. They have convinced themselves that the earth is flat. You're never going to convince that person otherwise. They are actively seeking attention, and they're going to do whatever it takes to push this narrative and die on that hill. They don't care about the narrative. They don't care about anything other than stirring up attention. That's what they want. They want attention. That's all they want. You're never going to win against that, because you're fighting that battle thinking that they're going to be honest and truthful and understand where you're coming from. That was never their intention. It was never going to be their intention.
Do you think that you should hear out the opinions of a schizophrenic? Like, let's say there's a schizophrenic person that tells you that the moon is talking to them. Do you think that that person is worth hearing out? Of course not. The entire idea that just because somebody's saying something means it deserves to be listened to is insane.
It is. And I strongly believe that anybody watching the stream, go out. Come back tomorrow. Go out today, find some article or something, bring it to me tomorrow. By all means. I want to know the truth. I want to put the truth out. I don't want to spread misinformation. Go find these articles, but it better be goddamn good, because if not, you're going to catch a perma. It better be good. That's all I got to say.
They're idiot people with idiot ideas. Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, how's it going, Alex? Oh, I didn't even see you over here.
There you go. And so, yes. And why'd you start stream earlier today? Because I've been saying every single day I wanted to do it. It's daylight savings time. That's actually the main reason. So some people aren't recalibrated.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Oh, I love people like this. So what am I saying that you disagree with? I came to see if you are saying anything interesting. You have failed horribly. Be better. You are saying nothing. So what am I saying that you disagree with? So what am I saying that you're disagreeing with? What's got you in an uproar? Back up anything I say. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Back up anything I say. Man. I'm just bitching? Well, here, let me help you. It doesn't look like you had anything to say either.
Yet, but that's okay. And yeah, I'll wait for this real quick. And yeah, why do you assume they're lying?
Bro came in complaining about the stream, and I gave him a permanent solution. We don't dish out band-aids here, boys. We dish out permanent fixes. That's what we do.
Calling them schizo. This type of dialogue is the problem. Well, okay, so I assume that you're lying. Do you think that this woman is behaving in good faith whenever she's saying these things? Do you think that she is? Why are you assuming they're lying? I'm not assuming they're lying. I'm hearing what they're saying, and I'm coming to the conclusion that they're lying based off of what they're saying.
And you know how he comes to that conclusion? Look at all the information that you see around. You have one of the biggest tools for information right here. You can Google, you can YouTube anything you want. Use it. You have people coming into my comments, what is the definition of colonization? Bro, if you can't even look up the definition of colonization on your own, you hopeless.
Type of dialogue.
I'm not gonna fucking baby feed you everything, bro. Figure it out yourself. Shit.
It's a problem. No, it's not. The entire idea.
The idea is to get you curious enough that you look more into it instead of just going based on what your friends and family say. That's the idea of it.
That you can reason with people like this is a huge mistake. It's another naivete that Western communities and Western audiences and Western culture believes in. They believe that because they value critical thought and logical thinking, that everywhere else in the world and every other type of person values the same thing. They don't. You can't reason a person out of a position they didn't reason themselves into.
Yep.
This person did not reason.
The amount of copium you have to tell yourself that the U.S. is losing and that Iran is winning is abysmal. You're never going to reason with that person. Ever.
Into this position. Therefore, any sort of reasonable conversation to them will not convince them that they're wrong. It's the same as, you know, you can't explain to somebody who believes the Bible that stars being this old is it's like a fucking proof that the earth isn't 6,000 years old. You can't do that. It's not the way the world works. Sure seems like there's some value in their stance. She sure seems like it's okay to sit there and shut down the opposition. You're making a problem larger. Actually, it's not. So what value do you think there is in the discourse of reframing a terrorist as a victim? What value in discourse is there with that? How does that work?
Like, the fact that you even have to converse with this, given that the man a week prior had led to the death of 31,000 Iranian people, is insane to me. It is. It's crazy. You can't converse with that. You can't. There's no amount of convincing that you're ever going to do to make somebody like that come to that conclusion that what they did was bad. It doesn't even have to be it could have been any government around the world. Like, there's no amount of convincing you're ever going to do with that person that's going to make them see what you're saying, because they're choosing not to.
She's literally lying. It's blatant. Yeah, she's lying. I mean, I don't even understand this. You can be a Christian and know that the universe isn't 6,000 years old. Well, the person who thinks that it is 6,000 years old.
And that, my friends, is how you catch a perma without even a conversation. Where'd it go? How's it going, Allison? Where'd he go? This prison people need to rise up. That is a no-no. No. We do not advocate for violence here. Yeah, from what I understand, Cuba's next on the chopping block.
Is not going to be convinced by, you explaining carbon dating to them. That's the point that I'm making. Does Chatter even know what context is?
I don't think all Democrats don't know what a woman is. I think the ones that are audience captured don't know what a woman is because they don't want to come to terms with what a woman is, because it makes their entire ideology fall apart. That's why. It has nothing, they know what it is. They're just not going to say it because it'll alienate the people that are voting for them.
So many absolutes. Yeah, I think that once a person engages in a level of dishonesty like that's this big, that you should never take anything that they say seriously ever again.
Yeah.
And the reason why, and again, a stopped clock is right twice a day, right? It's definitely possible that some woman like this can have a good take on something else, but it's purely coincidental. And so that's really my point. The discourse isn't for her benefits, for others watch her. Well, I'll wait for one more comment on this. She's going to victim literally admitted to being ISIS-inspired? Yes, exactly. CNN told Biden was sharp as a tack? Yeah, exactly.
Let's move on from that. We got more. So apparently in our there was some kind of athlete, there's like a women's athletic program in Iran that they refused to do I think it was like the national anthem for Iran while this was going on. They actually refused to do it because, the regime, and they were chased in a bus and threatened to be killed by the speaker that was, I guess videoing it. And I think they had to flee Iran, and now they're in Australia, but no, they were threatened by the regime, and now they're sending their story out. These are the people that this is the regime that people are trying to defend.
Professional soccer player who in 2017
Holy fucking shit. Fox.
On a private trip to Switzerland played. Joining me now, former Iranian professional soccer player who in 2017 on a private trip to Switzerland played in the game with some men.
You know what's crazy is that if you don't have your beard to a certain length, or you don't have this set up right, your hijab or whatever this is called, they put you in jail. And then you probably end up dead. From what I understand, you're very lucky if you don't end up getting killed.
There were also postings that she did of herself in shorts where she had no hijab. These are some of the images that we're talking about. Now, just that act of playing outside a soccer game. She was banned from the professional soccer league in Iran. Her family was threatened by the regime. She was threatened with horrific torture by the regime. And here she is in an incredibly proud moment this week. She told her story at the United Nations. Watch.
They said they wanted to make an example of me. In their eyes, I was a criminal. I lost my whole life in a snap of a finger. I lost my home, my safety, my family. I lost my dad, and I couldn't go to his funeral.
Jesus Christ.
Or even hug him one last time before he died.
All because she had a picture of her not wearing that fucking uniform. You understand that? Do you understand the kind of people these people are? And you think for a second these motherfuckers would do good with nukes? Nah, dude.
A beautiful and heartbreaking story of incredible bravery. Shiva Amini joins me now exclusively, along with her good friend, fellow activist Masih Alinejad, Iranian-American journalist who has survived 3 assassination attempts by the IRGC and their operatives here in the United States.
Yeah, you could get arrested and put in jail if you're walking your dog too, or out past curfew, you can get killed.
Shiva, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us today. You know, you watch what these women are going through. Your testimony was so moving at the United Nations. How difficult has all of this been for you? And what happened when you were banned from your sport? What pressure was put upon you?
You know, Martha, I was born in Iran, where girls and women has no right, and by right I mean basic rights.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all better get ready for the draft, because the funny thing is you're saying that in a comment section where most of the people that are in the comments are like over the age of 30. I like myself, I can't be drafted. I'm over the age of 30. So I can't be drafted in the state of Texas. I dodged the draft. I'm good.
Every individual should have. Like simply riding a bicycle or going with motorcycle or...
Yeah, and even so, we have so many reserves, it's not even funny. Ain't nobody getting
in
drafted.
A soccer stadium. You know how many times I got arrested because simply I was trying to go to the stadium. And the famous stadium in Tehran, which calls Stadium Azadi, which means Freedom Stadium. And you can see everything over there, but not freedom, but freedom. So, I mean, I can totally understand what those Iranian soccer players are going through, because I've been in their shoes. You know, the regime, Iranian regime, put you in this situation. You have to say goodbye to everything that you have in Iran, or you have to get back in that hell, because you're gonna go. Everything can happen for you if you go in Iran. You can face prison, you can face rape, you can face even execution. We have an example, Navid Afkari, wrestling champion. The regime hanged him. And I mean, we have right now a lot of athletes in prison. We have a lot of athletes got killed in the recent protest in Iran. And the regime don't care about who you are. You are athlete, you are men, you are woman. And
so just tell me, what kind of things did they say to you to manipulate you? Because you obviously didn't want to, you wanted to be able to see your father. Mm-hmm. And that's a heartbreaking decision. What did they say to you?
So what happened to me, I was in Switzerland, and the regime put me in a situation, like I just simply play soccer with my friends without my hijab on. And the regime saw my social media and used that against me because they wanted to make an example of me for the other athletes in Iran. So I took everything from me. They took everything from me. They took, like, I lost my family, I lost my home, I lost my safety, Martha, you know. I remember after 6-7 years when I was in Italy, I just wanted to invite my parents, my family, my mom and my dad, because my dad was like restless and he was like, hey, I want to see you. I tried to get visa for them, and this is so sad because I tried so hard with a lawyer, but the regime didn't give a visa to my dad, but my mom. My mom came to me after 7 years, and when she was there, I was so happy because it was something after 7 years. I could hug my mom, I could feel her. And one day my brother called me. When my mom was in Italy, my brother called me and said, Dad passed away. And that day was the worst day in my life because I felt guilty. My mom is here. I couldn't get a visa for my dad. And I was just in a situation, I was, Mom, hey, you have to get back. And his dad's funeral and my siblings need you. And please get back. I can figure it out. And my mom was like, what should I do in this situation? No.
This is sick. This is some sick shit. Anyone advocating for this fucking terroristic regime, just be aware that it's not gonna last much longer. It's not. This is some sick shit.
You are alone here.
This kind of regime, to give you guys an idea, this is only the tip of the iceberg from the stuff that I've heard. But when Obama sent this regime money to get back some of the American troops, They made the American soldiers kiss them on the head, like on the forehead, before they were allowed to leave. These motherfuckers had it coming.
And I was like, no, I can figure it out. I'm strong, Mom. You just go. And I felt guilty because my mom wasn't in that moment, in the last time of my dad's life with him. So I wanted to get back to Iran, honestly, with my mom, but my mom didn't allow me. And she said, no, you cannot even see your dad. You cannot even see because they're going to arrest you.
I mean, it's the most selfless decision to have to make. I think about your situation and these young women. Do I get on the bus and go back to Iran, or do I stay here and have a chance for freedom? And there's one image where this woman was being pulled by the collar by one of her teammates to get on the bus. And then they're flashing lights on the bus. And you can see on their faces how torturous this decision is. My family or my freedom. And you have family in prison as well. You have over the course of these years, Masi.
Like, to give you an idea, this regime, if you were out past curfew, has been talked about this on stream a little bit because he has people that he knows in Iran. If you're one of their family members was killed, they literally found him out past curfew and they executed him in front of his house. They made him get down on his knees and they killed him. And they left his body there. These people have not decided, oh shit. These people never decided to allow this to happen to them. They have been oppressed and killed if they went against it.
Shiva is my hero. She's an example of millions of brave girls and women in Iran who are like hostage in the hand of this barbaric regime. You heard her story, and for years and years, I have tried to bring my heroes to invite Americans to hear the true story of
Where does it go? You know nothing. You're right, I don't. That's why I'm looking at Fox News and watching an Iranian break down on national television, telling her story of what happened to her family. You're right. And you're also a fucking idiot. So enjoy your perma. Ignore him, duck, he can. Let's see, Erica did it a lot better. Bro supports Israel. Banned. Erica did a lot better. I don't know what to do about this because it's so fucking vague. Womp fucking womp. Well, here's your womp fucking womp. Enjoy your perma. The fuck happened to gamers? Why are they all pretending to understand the news? Well, you don't have to pretend anything anymore. Peaceful Middle East is our problem and honestly our responsibility. It is. At this point, it is. These guys are funding terrorists. Even now, with us attacking Iran, they are sending out sleeper cells or terrorist cells in our own country. Well, how do you stop that from being activated? Well, you get rid of them. Get rid of the organization paying for them. Duh. Like, how's that not our problem? We've tried out World War II. This is what happened in Dearborn. Dearborn, MI, and Tech. This is not happening here. You're fucking dumb if you think that's the truth. Go sign up for the military. All you talking big game. We have no business into Iran. Maybe you should learn English before you start typing in an American chat, huh? If you're gonna spread your country's propaganda, the least you could do is learn English.
Iranian women. And you know what breaks my heart, Marta? We learned from global feminist movement, that this is a sign of asking for help. The football players, female soccer players in the bus going to Iran, they were showing this help to the people in Australia.
You know why? Because the minute they get to Iran, they're going to be killed. That's why. That's why they're doing that. They know exactly what's about to happen with them when they get to Iran.
You heard no single word from any well-known global feminists.
You didn't hear a damn thing whenever there were 32,000 people getting put in body bags lined up on the street and charging their family for the bullets that fucking killed them either. But now they got a whole lot to say, don't they? Man, it's crazy how the schizos down in Minneapolis, they sitting there screaming and riling up and trying to run cops over. And now they can't stop talking about this, huh? That's crazy. But what about the 32K that was killed? What about them?
And who helped them? The person that being the most hated one by the feminist, President Trump. That breaks my heart. These girls are like Shiva. They want to have a normal life. We want to have dignity. We want to have freedom. Yeah. We want to enter to stadium. We are like you, like Americans. We need to have the same freedom that you take it for granted.
Masih Alinejad, Shiva Amini, thank you so much for being with us and for sharing your story with us. We truly appreciate it. We wish you women life and freedom for all of you.
So much.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube.
Man, there's a lot of people talking in chat, huh? Grifting for engagement is fake. Fuck, bro. You're supporting child torturing murderers. You'd get more showing actual proof and fighting for what's right. Don't you have any, though, do you? So if this is this, I would assume this is directed towards me. So you do realize that in Iran, underage marriage is accepted, right? It's celebrated. So that's number one count of, child shit. And not to mention the 32K that they killed, plus the 47 years they've killed by proxy. I mean, I'd imagine Hitler would be blushing right about now. Man had 47 years in power. Who knows how many Americans, how many other countries have been terrorized or killed or destabilized because of this. And you want to talk about me? But you're out here defending that. That's what you want to defend? This is the new argument. Israel does everything you just said. Well, you're saying that because, okay, well, we can't speak on behalf of Israel. What's your next argument? I did not mean to do that. Again, what's your next argument? I can't speak on behalf of Israel. If that's the only thing you're going with, you're cooked. Is that the only thing you have? Am against using it as an excuse to garner geopolitical resources while ignoring things like Rwanda. I don't know what the fuck Rwanda has to do with this. You are the uneducated voter, Trump, so blah, blah, blah. Well, you're just a banned idiot, so enjoy your perma. Where did that guy go? Israel does everything you just said. I don't know Israel's politics. Logical fallacies? How can you speak for Iran and not Israel? Because we've had to deal with Iran for years, for 47 of them actually, with how much malware and money we've had to spend and how many missiles we've had to spend taking out nuclear targets in Iran because they keep trying to make fucking nukes and what they do to their people. And now, once we start attacking them, they start bombing everyone around them. I have a lot to talk about when it comes to that. 47 years worth to talk about, too. I can't speak on Israel's behalf. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Propagandists. Wow. Here we go with the name calling because you don't have anything else. Bye-bye. Educate yourself. Okay, so if I need to educate myself, where do I go to get this so-called education? What social media platform are you fucks using that will educate me on a war that's going on with the America and Israel? I mean, Iran. Where should I educate myself, since you clearly know that I should educate myself? Where are you guys getting your education from? Since you say educate myself, by all means, if you have any information that I need to know about, feel free to let me know. CNN, PBS. What a joke. CNN and PBS. What the fuck is wrong with you? CNN is known for publishing articles and having to remove them because of it being straight up fake bullshit. PBS is getting shut down for the same fucking reason. Is that all you got? Seriously? CNN and PBS. Both of them have been condemned and sued for posting false articles and misinformation. Seriously? That's where we're going with this? Come on. That's crazy. You know why? Because when you're in a place of power and you're spreading defamation and you get fucking sued and you lose the suit based on a unbiased court, big fucking surprise, it bites you in the ass. Maybe don't spread defamation. I think it's a good thing he's holding these motherfuckers accountable. It's about goddamn time.
Now Israel's kind of on high alert again as Iran is firing cluster munitions, not only from Iran, but they're also firing it from Lebanon, where Hezbollah is located. So it's a weapon difficult to intercept. So deadly, they're widely banned. It may violate the laws of war. Not that Iran cares about that. I'll give you an idea fundamentally of what they are.
Well, remember, guys, we're going to sit here and try to defend this because, you know, that's what we do,
like
right?
A ballistic missile, right?
But national law. Oh, national law. It's not like they're committing a war crime or anything, you fucking lobotomites.
You, in fact, intercept it. It doesn't mean the rocket stopped. It means some of the bomblets that are inside can go to the ground and they can be just
Lord
as
have
dangerous,
mercy.
and they all don't detonate at the same time. As you see the doors open up.
You see a regime change. Damn straight I do. The IRGC should be completely shut down and obliterated. The IRGC needs to go and their entire regime needs to go. They've oppressed that culture for 47 years. It's time to go.
On this rocket, it's happened about 11 times so far. And then out come all the bomblets. And they'll spread out wide and far. Random targets. Really, I guess you're saying they're targeting civilians. You're not looking at military sites. You're looking to hurt as many people as possible. 11 have been killed.
That's
by
right.
This weapon.
Make them see the sun. If you have to, make them see it a few times.
And that shows how, I think, desperate they are. They're in a situation where they're trying to hold on to their country that's been under severe attack from the two most lethal air forces and armies in the world, Israel and the U.S. Let's bring a retired battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gaub. Colonel, good to see you. First off, on these cluster munitions, does it surprise you Iran and Hezbollah has gone to this?
Right, no, not at all. I mean, I guess if you're looking for the
That's
difference
right. Fire the lasers, boys. Fire the lasers.
between America and Israel and Iran, this cluster munition is exactly the difference between us. We go to great pains and great lengths to ensure that we don't cause civilian casualties and damage to infrastructure that isn't necessary to our objectives. In Iran is, they don't consider civilian casualties to be an issue. They're going to
No, they don't. They actually want it because it makes what they're trying to spin look better. Like whenever you put a middle school or a school next to a military base, and it ends up getting struck by a fucking missile because it's next to a military base.
And bomb whoever they have to and take
Big surprise, the terrorist regime is willing to use meat shields
in all the non-combatants and kill as many as they possibly can. So that's the difference between them and us. Not surprised at all that they're using these now.
What do your sources
It's
say?
because they're desperate. These motherfuckers are getting their ass handed to them. They are desperate now.
The success we're having so far in hitting the missile sites, the rocket sites, the drone sites, and now targeting commanders in the IRGC.
Yeah, Brian, that's key is just the numbers, the sheer numbers of what's happening right now with regards to missiles and drone launches and everything is down to about 5%. It was at the beginning, and that happened very rapidly. Now, you're still going to see these happen, of course. It's not perfect yet. We haven't covered the entire nation. But when you just look at how much Iran is launching now versus what they launched at, in the initial days of this entire attack by us, those numbers have gone way down, and that allows us to operate in the skies over Iran almost with impunity, hitting targets as we want to now.
So I understand the Arab states, the Gulf states, have missile defense, and we've seen it be extremely effective. But the goal of the Iranians is to kill that missile defense, I'm sure with the coaching of the Russians. In other words, kill the eyes by striking the warning radars, kill the aim by targeting the radars and the guide interceptors, and third, destroy the batteries by hitting the launchers themselves. What kind of success have the Iranians had in doing that in Oman, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar?
Limited success. I've only heard of a couple of those, but not only is Russia helping, China is helping as well. It's in both of their best interest to see.
I mean, that is true. It is a casualty of war. Here's what you do if you don't want accidents to happen. Maybe wheel and deal at the deal table with Trump instead of risking having all of your forces decimated in 30 minutes. How about that? I mean, that's typically how you really stop it from happening. And I didn't really see them give two shits and one fuck when they were killing 32,000 people overnight after they shut off the internet. But nobody ever, you want to talk about the one school, well, what about the 32,000 kids that no longer have parents? What about them? What about all their athletes that they killed overnight? Where were y'all then? Y'all didn't seem to give a flying fuck then. Y'all still don't seem to give a flying fuck about it. You know why? Because y'all still just trying to push y'all's propaganda, that's all. Y'all just trying to find a reason for U.S. not to be there. Well, guess what? We there, and we fucking the shit out of them, too. Get used to it.
Gulf go up in flames, essentially, and us.
And guess what? Now with Iran being so damn weak, if we leave, the other countries are going to take it over. Damn.
General. But overall, though, I'd say that the air defense systems throughout the region have been very successful. Their degradation is minimal and able to be replaced fairly quickly. And you see that in the results of how successful Iran strikes have actually been. Combine that with our ability to constantly target and continuously target.
They did. They wanted Iran even after they genocided 32,000 people to make a deal. They wanted Iran to make a deal. They tried for weeks, even while they were in Venezuela. They wanted Iran to make a deal with them. They wouldn't do it. Well, you fucked around and you found out. Damn. Maybe next time, then at one point when the leader gets in power that's not willing to take a missile up their ass, then maybe they'll come to the table and wheel and deal. It's either going to be that or the total obliteration of the IRGC. And it may not even be from America. We have 60 days. And if Congress doesn't allow Trump to stay there, Israel's going to finish up the job. They're so weak right now, they don't even need us. We're not even doing anything for the most part. Israel's the one doing most of the bombing. I mean, we're striking them from the sea, yeah, but there's nothing left.
Their air defense systems, their missile and drone launcher systems, as well as the logistics in support of it. That's the reason why you see Trump saying today that we're so close to being able to, call an end to the military side of this and move on to, in my opinion, what was actually one of the harder phases of this is what comes next.
Right.
Everybody on this planet is related. We're all cousins. Are you trying to say that we shouldn't be killing people? What about the Nazi regime? What about the Nazis? Should we not have killed them? I want to understand this logic. You do realize that Obama ran on the same immigration policies that Trump did? You do realize that, right? Like he gave a medal to the border czar, the same guy that's running it right now. Gave a medal to him. Trump is hitting immigration so hard because he's trying to break Obama's records. That's why Trump's hitting it so damn hard. And there's no proof of this either. I mean, the bankruptcies maybe, but like 34 felonies of the same shit simply because they didn't want him to run for election again, that's dog shit. How is it that you can compare like fucked up taxes to somebody that killed somebody? That's not even the same comparison. It's 34 counts of the same bullshit. You trying to lock a man up for life for fucking up on his taxes? And 19... See, this is all fake. This is bullshit. This is a lie. This is just straight up lying. This isn't even real. That's actually defamation. And you're getting permit for that. Because it's a form of defamation.
We have wiped out their Navy, but
how do you have somebody in the Epstein files 35,000 times, yet ain't none of that shit condemning? Come on. Let's put 2 and 2 together. Now, there may be more to it, sure. But as of right now, it's all hearsay. Nobody has any fucking proof. And if there is proof, then lock the motherfucker up. Crucify him on the White House lawn, sure. Go for it. I don't fucking care. But as of right now, the Iranian people need help. And that's what they're getting.
Alleged Iranian surprise drone attack plot on a target in California in retaliation for the U.S. strikes on Iran.
Mark Meredith joins us live from Washington with all the details. Hi, Mark.
Carly and Todd, good to see you both.
Already
American
covered
cities
this a little
coast to
bit.
coast.
Let's move on.
Today, the man being hailed as a hero for leaping into action and chasing down the Gracie Mansion bombing suspects over the weekend. NYPD Chief Aaron Edwards spoke with our very own Alexis McAdams. She joins us now with more. He really was a hero. And by the way, did you hear what his wife had said to him? Wrong move. No, you were supposed to head in the other direction.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah, she said, where are you going? Wrong direction. Because most people, right, Sean would have just said, I'm out of here. I'm going the other direction.
I'm too old to be drafted, you fucking lobotomite. I'm too old to be drafted, you fucking moron. You can't claim something that's not true. There's nothing left. There's literally thousands of store that, I don't know, threatened region, people, president, and he is an entire cabinet in his pocket. Murdered. I'm not even going to converse with that because it's retarded. Helping by bombing schools. Are you dense? No, but I'm definitely not retarded like you. Enjoy your perma. So what branch you joining? I'm not joining any branch. I was a firefighter. Can't wait for you to get drafted. Have fun, piggy. Enjoy your permaban, retard, because you're fucking stupid and you don't know my age. Anybody else? I got a lot of mentally ill a lot of mentally ill people in chat today, man. Goodness. No wonder Trump released all the files. He's innocent. Space Force. Your comment makes me look. I'm not going to because I don't have to because I don't need to. Anybody else? If you had all the power in the world and the rest of the world wanted to laugh at you for whatever skeleton was in your closet, I think you'd react the same. You can't enlist. You can enlist, noob. I'm not going to, though. Why would I? Jordan Briggs, you are... And where did this come from? Where did this mentality of, well, if you're da-da-da-da-da, then just go enlist? Are you fucking stupid? That's all you got? You don't have anything better. That's like if a guy has long hair and all you can do is make fun of their hair. The fuck's wrong with you idiots? You don't look... I'm not 50, you idiot. I'm 31. The drafting age is 30. Stupid ass. It's not. At least not in Texas, it's not. Mission for I don't really care. Enjoy your band. Space Force. Broke ass. That's all we got now. We just gonna sit here and make stupid comments, huh? Nobody is getting drafted. This isn't the 1930s. We have so many reserves. It's not even funny. We have so many people on reserves. Tell your age. Yeah, I know no one can tell my age. That's fine. What's crazy is that if I was skinnier, it would be even worse. I'd look like a fucking 16-year-old, dude. It's crazy. I know I look like a fucking child. Trust me. Ugh. At what age can you no longer be drafted in the military? Actually, it's younger than that. You can no longer get drafted at the age of 26. Past the age of 26, you can no longer be drafted. There you go. Boom. So I'm actually well past that age. Here's if someone looks younger if they are interested. We all just... We're not going to need to dip into the reserves for Iran. It's done, bro. Yeah. So anyone that's under the age of 25 or probably 25,
like that or explosives in this case,
but they're not going to do that. We have so many fucking reserve troops. There's no.
Chief Aaron Edwards and
don't even stress about it.
Sergeant Luis Navarro didn't do that, right? They charged right toward those two suspects who had homemade bombs on them, and they tell me to them it's just part of being.
We're gonna move on. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button on the stream. Sub to the channel. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11:30. I need to do a Midwest safety video because I need to get away from politics for a little bit. And then after that, we probably gonna roll up out of here for the day, but we'll be back on tomorrow. We do politics every fucking day. So, but just sub to the channel. I can't promise that I'll pop up in your algorithm again. But yeah, stick around. We're here always, constantly, forever. Always pulling out the people that just don't know how to let it go. Let's see, Midwest safety. It's been a couple days since we've done a Midwest safety, man. Feeling kind of bad, bro. I feel neglected at this point. On her attacker after 3 years. The moment police surprise a naked burglar. What the fuck? Oh, this looks like a Karen, boys. This looks like a Karen. We might have a Karen on deck.
I have a flight tonight with Spirit, but she'll be allowed to rebook. I don't know where this fellow went, but he's
right there at the counter.
Not allowed to fly with Spirit again.
Oh, he's put on no fly list. So 2?
Yes.
We can talk to him. Is she done? Oh, I thought it was him. Both. Oh, both of them. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Too much to drink as well, or?
I didn't even get that far.
Is he flying? Is he flying?
Hello?
Is he flying?
He's supposed to be on the phone.
No, we were told that somebody told, correct.
Oh, I didn't know.
I would talk to somebody before you do anything with that, because.
No, she didn't tell me.
Okay, apparently he's boarding. Okay. Now I'm confused. Is that hers?
It doesn't matter if people try to draft because I had to take medication for my ADD and ADHD. So, like, they're not going to let me draft anyway. I legally can't be drafted. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? That's why I joined the fire service.
Yeah.
That and so that way I'd have enough time to do YouTube, so.
I'm assuming so. Rachel, don't lose that.
I'm sorry, listen. I prayed for this.
I know. Your quarrels with Spirit.
I had a family member die today. I'm just so frustrated. I've been dealing with delays since Friday.
What, listen, hey.
I don't know. I've been on an attitude and he canceled my flight.
Take a breath.
Yo, low key, that sucks. And you know what sucks even more about that? Is that because of this, she can't sue whatever airport this is. Because whenever you buy the tickets, it pretty much is an up in the air situation. That's what really sucks about that. I feel really bad for this lady. But that doesn't give you a reason to act like a fool.
I just need to get home.
Why are they? What are they?
I'm frustrated. I give him an attitude.
Okay.
I'm just. I don't know what else to say. I'm frustrated. I'm gonna go home.
Excuse me. What's
It's supposed to be at 10:25, so he's delayed.
What about the tie-dye guy? He's on the no-fly list?
Yeah, he's on.
Is she on the no-fly list?
No, she's leaving tomorrow.
Okay, got it. Come on out this way, boss. Come out this way.
Really? Yes.
You've been put on the no-fly list, therefore you don't have a ticket, you can't fly with Spirit, so come out this way.
Okay, well then I will leave this airport and I'll fly with a different airline.
Awesome.
Thank you.
He's leaving, she's booked, rebooked for tomorrow. They're not going to let you fly on this flight, is what they're telling you, correct?
Why?
I don't know.
I can't leave tomorrow. Well, you're not leaving with Spirit tonight. I don't know what else to tell you.
Damn, she really trying to get on that Spirit airplane though, man. Them things drop out to fly like birds, bro. Why you want to be on that damn plane so bad?
You're so insensitive.
We're not being insensitive, we're just telling you what they're saying.
I'm sorry. I didn't even say nothing.
It's not between us.
Okay, but can you talk to him? About what? I don't know.
That's what sucks is the police can't alter the flights at all. They can't do anything. They have no ability to do that. That's not their decision.
I cannot do it.
Oh, talk to him for what?
I think this guy just dipped into the bar. Is he gone? Is he not?
Bro, so he's jacked up and he's still trying to get more jacked up.
No, they put him on the no-fly list.
I don't understand.
They rebooked you for tomorrow.
What don't you understand about this? Okay, you are not flying today. Why? I paid for this flight. How? I paid for the flight. If you keep this up, you're not going to be flying out here tomorrow.
Ma'am, do not walk over there. Rachel, we're done. All right, you're not going to make
Jesus,
this better.
man.
Come on up over here in front of the...
Not flying tonight.
That's all you got to do.
You're not listening, bro. But what's going to happen is if you keep this up, you're not going to fly out of here, period.
Yeah, they can't. It's not possible. Airplanes don't grow like milk duds, man. It don't work like that.
I can check for it. Let me see your boarding pass or your passport. Like, how do you have this job and you don't have customer service to be able to handle somebody who's frustrated?
Ooh, I see why she's getting kicked right here. Damn, immediately back to being a bitch. Now that she got the police there and they think that she thinks that they're on our side. You see how quick that turned? Damn, she's good.
I don't get it.
She'd be a good actor.
I don't get it.
Rachel,
I
listen to me.
Damn! Damn, someone must have been talking to her about politics, man. Damn, that sucks. Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. Now you're gonna get tased. You know what happens after you get tased? It hurts. That's what happens. Everything sucks after you get tased. Maybe you'll pee yourself. Who knows? If you pee yourself, we'll laugh at you even harder. But we gonna laugh at you now because you're stupid. And you're getting what's coming to you because you're a retard. Enjoy jail. They're trying to take your fat ass to jail, but they can't, Piggy. What the hell you think they're trying to do? They're trying to take you to jail. You keep flopping around like a fucking flounder.
Stay down. Stay down. Scoot back. There you go. There we go.
Bro, I feel so bad for police nowadays. Like, it went from being like a noble job to being like adult daycare. I wonder how many of these people they've had to arrest that were like this, you know? It makes you wonder. Like, how many they've had to arrest throughout the week that were like this. I feel so bad for these guys. Genuinely. Oh my God. Fucking Christ almighty.
Calm down. You're gonna make this couple more units in the cage car.
You good? Got some redness right here. She hit me in the head. Hit me in the head. Huh? She hit me. Are you good? Yeah. Okay. You good? You can't hit the police like that. Roll on her side. We're gonna sit you up. Roll on your side.
You know, we should like redefine police brutality to where like if a police officer's getting hit, that's the police brutality. Like at this point, I kind of understand why some of these cops go off the edge. When you got to deal with like 7 people like this a day, man, something got to give.
I got it.
Just put your legs out. We can't let you go now.
Oh my God, stand the fuck up. Bro, they should be allowed to tase this lady because she's not standing up. Straight up. If you have somebody that just won't stand up, they should just be allowed to tase you until you decide to stand up. They can make a show on it. They can, like, make bets. You know, we can gather around, get some popcorn, see how many tases it takes until she decides to stand up and walk her ass up out of there. Oh my God, act like an adult for 5 seconds, lady. Holy shit! Average Minneapolis protester.
Relax, don't do that.
Is she ever gonna fly with Spirit again?
What happened to her passport? I have no clue. Oh, she's got it. Never mind. Just sit up. Just stay seated. Hey, did you get her hitting him? Did you get her hitting him? I'm just wondering.
Hey, let it be. No,
I was just wondering.
Let it be. People just do their own thing.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'm just wondering.
He's probably trying to get some video footage because I think this guy's doing a good idea. Is if he can get this guy's number, they can get the full footage. Hopefully that shows more. Like that's really what he's probably trying to do here. Like
40 hours is asking. Stop. Relax.
he's just wanting to see if he got the whole thing. That's all.
I'm making it any better.
Yo, low key, if I was a cop and I did that, I would be asking for everyone who had a phone. I'd be asking for their number so I can get the video, so that way I can like have like a list of stuff. So that way, whenever I like retire, I can just go back through the videos and be like, ha ha ha, I remember that. Tased the shit out of that lady. You know, like,
relax. As long as you're not flopping over.
And there it goes. Bro, he been watching the stream? Surely not.
Relax. As long as you're not flopping, you're not making it any better. Just sit up. Relax. As long as you're not flopping over.
And there it goes. Flopping around like a fucking fish out of water, bruh. Man, oh man.
Literally on her side. As long as she's on her side.
The hog stick!
If you want to lay on your side, is that better for you?
We don't want you to asphyxiate yourself.
That's fine. She's fine.
If her big ass knocks herself out doing that, then let it happen. You see, you know what's funny is these two people over here just watching this happen. They're just like, man, I'm sure I'm happy I'm not her.
Well, as long as she's crying.
It's sad that the people around this have seen it so much that they're completely desensitized from it.
As soon as she did that, I stepped back.
Okay.
We have a car or no?
I think Rocky was coming.
Okay.
Rachel, are you injured? Okay, do you need a medical assistance at all? Okay, relax.
Man.
Relax.
Get me to where the
There's no need to kick. There's no need to kick me.
Alright, just get me up.
Okay, now you want to sit up.
No.
We're just going to leave you right there. We don't want you kicking anybody else.
You just caught another charge for that for no reason. I know. Relax. I'm not letting you go. You're going
All
to
you
jail.
got to do is relax.
Stop resisting.
Stop. So get out from me. You got it on me.
See, what we gotta do is we gotta take this person and we gotta make sure they are never in public again to ever do this. You gotta take these people and you gotta put them in the biggest and baddest institution that you could ever come up with. And you gotta put them in a 4x4 room with padded white walls where they can get their 2 meals a day and 3 meals a day. One of those meals should just be pills. And they can sit in their little vest and they can rock back and forth all day. And that'll keep them entertained until they finally, kick the bucket. That's where these people need to be. They don't need to be in the general population. They don't know how to act right. They don't know how to not hurt people. So we gotta keep these people out of public areas. If you want to sit there and act like a fucking animal, then you're gonna get treated like a fucking animal.
Listen to me. If you kick somebody again, you will be sprayed. I will spray you. You understand? No, ma'am.
And the hell with spraying her, fucking tase her bitch ass.
You guys are
already battered.
Where the am I gonna go? Where am I gonna go?
You already kicked me.
Okay,
I
so
need you
where
to
am I
relax.
gonna go? You scared? Move.
Relax.
Okay, so get the
That's all you gotta do.
Damn, did he get hit in his face? Did he get hit in the face? Why is his face red right there? Looks like his face got hurt. Kind of like a red mark on his cheek. I don't know if you could see that. Looks like he got hit in the face or something.
So where am I gonna go? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the fuck away from me. Move! So move!
I love how this person wants to act like she's in control of everything while she's on the ground, face first, like a fucking turtle that can't move. These people are so willing to be in charge of everything, even when they're in charge of fuck all, and it's great. This is absolutely the Minneapolis riots in a nutshell. 100%.
Madam, this is what we're doing until we get a car here.
I literally told you guys my situation, and all you motherfuckers are insensitive as because a motherfucker here doesn't know how to do custom.
So they're being insensitive because they had a schizo in the middle of an airport start bashing the computer screen of airport staff. So when do you step in and stop that person before it starts escalating to a point where you're doing that to a person? Like, if you're willing to do that to a computer screen in the middle of an airport, when is it allowed to an extent where you're doing that to people? This is the reason why you can never let this proliferate. You have to crack down on this in a way that is just at a certain point inhuman, because you just can't allow these people to do this. It's crazy. And she on the floor still trying to kick police officers. So like a little bit, it's already crossing into that territory.
What you do in Miami? Get the fuck off of me. Nope. All you do is wear a fucking suit and you think you're good at it. While I'm here on the ground just trying to make it home because my family died and it's such a fucking big deal to you guys. You're hurting me. You think it's funny?
You're hurting yourself.
You know what I hear?
Where am I gonna go with handcuffs? Damn, all these motherfuckers.
You gonna go to jail? That's where you going. Going to jail.
They went to get a wheelchair and everything because being
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Just get off of me.
Stop.
Just get off of me. Get off of me.
Stop.
Just get off of me.
What's up, bro?
Stop.
Stop kicking. Stop kicking. I will spray you.
Stop.
Stop.
I can't
He's like, there you go. You got a rip hobble on you?
Oh my god, dude.
It's a thing. I'll explain later. All right. What? Rachel, we're gonna get you up and walk and put you in this chair.
Okay, just get my stuff.
You are not going to kick anybody. I will spray you if you do. If you
spray me if you want. Just get my stuff. Just get my stuff.
We're gonna get you over here into this chair.
Spray me if you want.
Okay?
Just get my stuff.
I need you to stand up.
Okay, look, my stuff is right there.
Okay,
just get
sit
my
up.
stuff.
Sit up. Roll over to your side.
Here we go. Here we go. You know she's about to flip out. She's gonna start flapping around like a flounder.
Roll to your right. Roll to your right. Roll to your right. Pull her right. We don't roll to your right.
Pull that one forward this way.
Pull that right leg. Roll to your right. Pull it that way. There you go. You're gonna tuck that leg and you're gonna get up on 3.
All right, ready?
Okay?
1, 2, 3.
There you go. All right, have a seat in the chair, please. Stop.
Okay. But let me go. What the fuck? Hold me like that for?
Stop. Stop.
Okay, so let me go. Just let me go. Okay, you don't have to hold me like that.
Sit down the chair.
Okay, let me go. Just grab my
We
stuff.
don't want. We'll grab your stuff. Sit down. Put your feet down.
Okay, I'll take off
Your feet down.
Okay, let me go. You're hurting my wrist. Let me
Stop. You're acting like a child right now. Let's
I
go.
don't care. Just let me go. You guys.
Yes, it's very, very obvious you don't care. That's very apparent.
Taking you right now.
It's very obvious you don't care. Jesus.
Oh my God, bro. You guys. Went to academy for to hold.
Boys, what you're witnessing right now is the chair of shame. The chair of stupidity. in the chair of everyone else's fault, but not mine.
You guys suck. You just let me go. You're hurting my wrist. Just let me go. I can't go nowhere. Just let me go. You're hurting my wrist. Just let me go.
Oh, darn. I guess we're gonna have to call the ambulance. Do me a favor. Cry a river of tears, build a bridge, and get the fuck over it. Enjoy your stay in jail.
You laughing?
Actually sneeze just now. So stop.
You actually sneezed just now, bro. Let me accommodate myself, bro. No,
Accommodate yourself? The fuck?
You sit down, John. Too serious, dog. Let me go. You're already holding the fucking chair.
She started attacking the computer screen because they delayed her flight. And apparently someone in her family died, allegedly. Allegedly. So she started smacking the screen after she started getting, like, really pissed. And, well, it's all downhill from there. And now it's... Oh, maybe if you weren't flopping around like a big-ass fucking whale, then no one would have had to handcuff your hands behind your back. I mean, at least they wouldn't have had to do it as hard.
I'm asking you to let me
Or as
go.
tight, as
Where
tight.
am I gonna go? Where am I gonna go?
Stop. Stay seated. Stay seated, please.
Oh, man, me and her would have a fist fight in the middle of that fucking elevator. I hate elevators. I hate heights. Me and her would be fist fighting in the middle of that fucking elevator. I am not even kidding. She start flopping around in that elevator. No.
There's the outside there.
Yeah, just push her down the fucking stairs at this point. Shit.
There's no way I can go.
God damn.
Hit that other door. There you go. This is what's going to happen. You're going to stand up and you're going to sit backwards into there. You're not going to
How
kick
much y'all want to
anybody.
make a bet she's gonna get the lightest charges ever known to man?
Understand? Okay. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Go ahead and stand up. Go ahead and stand up. All right, cool. Turn around. Turn around. Hey, who searched her? She hasn't been... Stand up. Lean against the car. Spread your feet.
Man, they about to have to drag her ass up in that damn car. I'm telling you right now, she's not gonna sit down in that car.
Beside your phone.
Watch.
I know.
I didn't do shit wrong.
Oh my god, I love that that's always... I didn't do anything wrong. Help! Police brutality! Oh!
Turn around. You're going to sit butt first.
Okay, just be gentle.
I am being gentle.
It take 3 people for it.
Maybe if you quit acting like a damn fool, then they wouldn't need 3 people.
Car. Sit in the car.
Sit back.
Sit your fat ass in the car, lady. Sit in the fucking car. Ain't nobody trying to have a damn conversation with you. You being told to sit in the car. Sit in the fucking car.
Back steps. Butt on the seat. Now scoot all the way in. Rotate your legs in. Scoot all the way in.
Oh, thank fucking God that's over with. Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
This suspect, Rachel,
God
was
damn! Look at all that shit! Oh my God! Holy shit!
with 3 counts of felony battery on a law enforcement officer, 3 counts of felony resisting with violence and disorderly conduct. She pleaded not guilty to 1 count of resisting with violence and disorderly conduct, and no contest to the 3 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer. All charges were dropped except for the 3 counts
Oh, come the fuck on, man!
battery on a law enforcement officer, which all resulted in adjudication withheld, meaning the judge accepted her no contest plea, but did not formally convict her. She was sentenced
give me a fucking break with this, bruh. Give me a fucking break with this. Why even work in a system that's just gonna do that shit?
to 36 months of probation. She was also ordered to complete 12 months of therapy or counseling, not to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol unless prescribed by a medical professional, and not to return to the Orlando International Airport.
You ever notice how...
She got perma-banned from the Orlando airport?
Airport can be one of the happiest places in the world, but it can also be one of the most emotionally dangerous because airports sit right at that intersection of pressure and time. People aren't just traveling, they're carrying weddings, funerals, family emergencies, and missed opportunities. Now, this woman tells us early on she's trying to get home because of a death in her family, and that kind of news can shake anybody. But watch the moment when she slaps the computer, because right there, that's the crossroads. Because frustration isn't what gets people arrested, it's what they do with it next. Silence would have bought her time. Instead, emotion turns into action, and now the situation belongs to the cops. Here's the reality about airports. Airlines deal with thousands of unruly passenger incidents every year across the world, many escalating to threats or assaults. That's why the response is quick, because once someone starts hitting equipment or hitting officers, the situation isn't about travel anymore. And the sad part is she still missed the flight, but she also gained an arrest, a ban from the airline, and a ban from the airport. Always remember, life keeps moving forward whether we manage our emotions or let them manage us. So the real question is this: when pressure hits you in public, who's actually in control?
Amen to that. W Midwest Safety, man. Midwest Safety's always got bangers, man. Check out Midwest Safety. I think that's it, boys. I think we's done for the day. I think that's it. We'll be back on tomorrow, bright and early. Stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. You never know. Like I said, sub to the channel. If you're new here, hit like on the stream. It helps out with the views. Stick around for the views, you know what I'm saying? Stick around, watch the channel, have fun. You know, weed out the people that want to put up stupid ass opinions that have no like actual foundation to them. And stay out of trouble, because there's a good chance that if you end up in trouble, we gonna be on this channel laughing at you. So, yeah. I'll see you boys tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Peace.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after